What you're going to hear about today is nothing short of a miracle. It's dramatically new, made possible only through years of research, inventions, and innovation.
Yet when wires are loaded with a lot of conversations that are boosted in strength and travel some distance, something else happens. Let me show you. You see, instead of sounding like this, your voice comes out sounding like this.
Come on, I want you to meet a great new star.
Well, look around. Now, all over the country this month, thousands of people are going to summer camps, where they awake every morning and go to sleep every night to the strains of the bugle. So the Alamite Brigadiers thought it would be appropriate to play Bugle Call Rag. Okay, boys, let her roll.
Good evening, 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 and welcome to night number 2 of Game Night Super Week. I've not got a camera. Why have I not got a camera? If I press the activate button, that would help, wouldn't it? Good evening to you all. Welcome to Super Week night number 2, where it is breakout night, as it has been. Whoa! Explosion.wave. That was a big noise. Kira, thank you for the 7-month Prime Gaming subscription. Thank you very much for your support. Welcome to the evening. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well and suitably recovered from your survival of the purge on Saturday. A great achievement indeed. This evening it is breakout night, where we have got Big Break and the Escape Artist, and I can't believe I've missed an opportunity to use that analogy, but it's only just been pointed out to me, so hats off to it Sotley for that one. Yes, it's congratulations to Keshi as well on winning a pig in a china shop by Daniel Peak. Bonus penny has been awarded to you, Keshi Head. Now, night number 2, as David Bodycombe said in the chat with the quizness on Friday night, the logic, the fallacy is that you put your best show on night 1 and your worst show on night 2. That's not going to be the case tonight. We're going to have a good time. However, I am aware that there's a little competition tonight in the form of the Eurovision Song Contest semi-finals, which are taking place this evening, and I do understand that a few people are off over there, and a few people have said that they are going to try and lurk all the same, but we may be a little down on last night, but that's okay. We keep on pushing, and and Hobby City's on as well. I mean, we can't forget the important things, can we now, Brand New Halo? Good evening to you. So, yes, it's the Escape Artist first of all. Question pack coming from Oni this evening. Alex R becoming a bit of a question regular here. This will be his 11th question pack for game night. If memory serves, I think he's on 30 at the moment. This will be going up to 33. Breakout, playing snooker in prison. Yeah, sure. Why not? So we've got the Escape Artist first, then later on we've got Big Break, which has had a few patches applied to it this morning and is hopefully functioning a little better than it was. I've also made the question database a little bit more dense, so there's a few more questions in there. It's going to be one game of each, so again it might be a slightly shorter stream. Escape Artist can be done inside of an hour and Big Break's about half an hour, so again it might be about a 9:30, 9:45 sort of finish, but that's okay. That's going with the tradition of the week rather than doing my usual sort of 2.5, 3 hour Tuesday stream. It's all a big part of the week. Relevant cues for Big Break. Yeah, very, very good, very good. It's all a tutorial now, Matt, so it's all automated. I don't need to worry about the cues at all. Anyway, let me say hello to you all. We've got Big Man Aaron, good evening to you. To Car the 7th, to Score, to Tunitin, and Tyson Bain, AB Me, Riff Raccoon, good evening to you. And to Arden Fetz, and to Adster, and to Keshi, and to Brand New Halo. Jay Turner, good evening. And Ash, good evening. Kira and Lupine and Cyclespace, hello to you. Matt the Ref, Mr. Quiz, Clive the Legend, and Zeusless, good evening all. Proogs and G. Isons, Cola Grafalo, Jay White and Drew Dave Tom, hello and welcome. It's Sotley, good evening. Connor, good evening. Shapes, good evening. Sparrow Castle, good evening. Oni, Samster, Oh Hey, and Toot, good evening to you. Silent Marine, Applecars, Jack Wilfred, and It's Sportsy, and anyone else who is lurking and lingering and loitering in the chat, you are very welcome to be here, whether you're watching, lurking, playing, heckling, hopefully not too much of that, or any combination of the above. It is splendid to have you here, and we welcome you to night number 2 of Game Night Super Week, where we're going to be starting with the Escape Artist, exclamation mark, followed by a message in the public chat if you want your avatar to speak. All other messages will be whispered to Persephone's Twitch bot. So, logic of this game, as you may imagine, is to escape the round. I will explain the rounds in more detail as we go. There's a few things to think about, but long and short of it is, if you run out of lives, you're out of the game. If it's impossible for you to escape, you're out of the game. And that's all she wrote, I think. Where's John Virgo? Where's the cue ball going? Can't see what Ohei was saying there, because you were blocked by a beam, Ohei. Welcome to the game, Bill Key. Lovely to have you. And Amy as well, welcome to the stream. Shadow May, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining us. I know the fierce competition with Eurovision is a very real thing, but we'll fight it out for some quiz action over here on game night. So it is the regular Tuesday stream, but like I say, might be a little bit shorter. My day, well, I did some work on a new thing this afternoon. I did some stuff on the question databases for Big Break this morning, and a few other bits and bobs in between. Cooked dinner tonight, that was nice. Now, something that I should probably tell you is the current scores Based on last night's bidding war, where we had a Hodders Cola final, and Hodders earning his second gold medal in bidding war, and Cola earning his second silver medal in bidding war. Bit of history repeating itself there. But tonight is a new night and a new game. But, of course, there is some consistency throughout the week. So let me just load up the Super Week results and tell you that at the moment Innes has a rank of 10. Innes' best score is 10. Zeus's best is 9. Hodders' best is 8. Cola's best is 7. Samster 6. Brand New Halo 5. Drew Dave Tom 4. Shapes is on 3. Kara's on 2. Ohei is on 1. But remember, it is only your 5 best results across the course of the week. 2 games being played tonight, so 2 more opportunities to earn rankings this evening. Your best 5 across the 9 games that we're playing over Super Week will be summed. Those best 5 will then make your total, and the 4 with the highest total will go on to a face-off final, battling it out for the Super Week trophy, which I did post into the Discord server this morning. And if you're not in the Discord server, you can go and join us right there. Do go and pop in and say hello. But yes, there's going to be some hardware, some physical hardware, an actual trophy. So bloody big yes, big thanks to Ape Minky for going through the pack with Oni on this. Really smooth process, according to Oni, and Ape is a very, very good proofer. We're very grateful to have him on board. I'll probably say some more about proofing stuff in due course, yeah, all of that is in a little way in the future. So yes, we are playing for an actual physical trophy. That is going to be the prize on offer for the winner of Super Week. Design may vary depending on whereabouts you are in the world, but I think it's always nice to have some hardware. Your headlight Taskmaster. No, it's not my headlight Taskmaster. Not quite got that much of a budget, Grafalo. That would be a very nice thing to have, but unfortunately not. It's a nice, shiny, sort of glass-ish trophy. Yes, Royal Flush is playing Quiz Show. Yes, he is. So, I'm going to give it another minute, and then I'm going to lock this lobby, and we are going to get underway with the Escape Artists, the first game of night 2 of Super Week. 36 players in the lobby so far. We've got Keshi, Jay Turner, Lupine, Big Man Aaron, Connor, Carr, ABE, Adster, It's Sotley, Matt the Ref, Drew Dave Tom, Brand New Halo, Claire getting just in time. Good evening, Claire. Mr. Quizworthing, Ardenfetz, Tunitin, Zeus, Prugs, Shapes, Cola, Cyclespace, Ohei, JY, Riff Raccoon, Toot, Grafalo, Apple Cars, Kira, Clive, Samster, Jack, It's Sportsy, Amy, Bilky, Shadowmane, Zeferis, Sparrow, and Claire. And good evening as well to Zeferis, who's just joined the stream. Back from Cubs just in time. Excellent. Good to hear, Claire. Welcome, welcome. You've just made it in time. I'm going to give it another 30 seconds, then I'm going to lock it up. If we get 2 more, maybe? 2 more would be fantastic. And then we've got 3 full rows. Welcome to all the players who have joined so far. See, the audience is currently sitting about 67, according to my view, which is okay. We want to try and push that up a little bit, but it is what it is at the moment. And hashtag push for partner. Do please continue to help spread the word and bring any like-minded friends along. And even if you're not playing, if you're just lurking in the chat, then if you can just keep me on in the background, that is most helpful. Onto the white wine this evening. I think was it red wine last night? It was probably red wine last night. Red wine tonight. Right, I'll give it one more pan after this one, and then we will lock it up, and I will lock you in for this breakout special of Super Week night number 2. There's Anisep. Welcome to the game, Anisep. We're in for one more on this 3rd row, and then we're going to lock it up. I'm going to load up the Escape Artist profile, and when this pan finishes, the lobby will be locked. Okay, there's your pan up. Let's lock you in. So, round 1 is initiate. The objective of any round in the Escape Artist is to escape from the round. There are certain criteria that must be met in order to escape the round. In round 1, initiate, you must answer 5 questions. You can answer any 5 questions in order to escape. The question difficulty directly relates to the number of points that you get for it. So a 1-point question will be the easiest of the pack. A 10-point question will be the hardest of the pack, or certainly of the round. The question values up in the top left-hand corner indicate the order in which the questions will be asked. So you can see that the first question is going to be the easy 1-pointer. The reason this is shown to you, and as Sam's pointing out, it's a fairly nice order there. You've got some harder ones up towards the end, a couple of easy ones in the first half, and a couple of easy ones in the second half as well. You need to decide. You don't need to decide in advance. You can answer any 5 at any time, but once you've answered 5, you're frozen out, you're through, but you can't answer any more questions. So pick your values carefully, because those points are going to be very important moving into the subsequent rounds. Very important, do keep them in mind. If at any point you cannot answer 5 questions, for example, if there are only 4 questions left and you still need to answer 5, you will be eliminated from the game. If you run out of lives, and you lose a life if you get a question wrong, they're the 3 green lights in front of you. If you run out of lives, you are eliminated from the game. If you don't answer 5 by the end of round 1, you are eliminated from the game. So it's up to you which ones you answer. You don't have to answer, you can abstain. There's no penalty for abstention other than obviously that's one fewer question that you are able to answer in order to escape. 16943 521087 is the question order for this opening round. I wish you all the very, very best of luck. 1 pointer coming in to start off. This is technically the easiest question of the lot in the pack. I wish you all the very best of luck. Question number 1 for 1 point. Take a look at this. As ever, eyes on the chat, because that's where the question will be. The Disney film Tangled is based on which Brothers Grimm fairy tale? Twelve of you sitting this one out. Shapes and Zephyrus answers received out of time, I'm afraid. 26 out of 38 attempting this question. This is one of the lots, so some people are maybe thinking I'll wait for harder questions later on, and some people are thinking, well, I'm going to play it safe. If I know the answer, I'm going to give it a go. The correct answer was Rapunzel. Phonetic plausibility in the X is near the Z, Claire. When I get the new spell checker system in, that will probably have gotten through. I'm a little bit surprised that it hasn't. It looks like you've got the N and the U mixed up and the X and the Z are next to each other. Catch your breath after Cubs hit, Claire. It sounds like you're a bit flustered there, but I am going to condone Rapunzel for you there because I can see what you mean. Goldilocks, however, Matt, is not the right answer, and I'm afraid I can't condone that. You're going to lose a life. Everyone else who played that, giving the right answer, that is 1 point on the board. Let's light you up. Reset the podium, just Google that. Light you up over here. Let's light you up. Matt losing first life into the void. Question number 2 is worth 6 points, so average difficulty for the round. Have a look at it, see what you think. Give it a go if you would like. Question number 2 for 6 points. Aquaman. 6 points. What? People taking a guess as to what it might be. Right, give me a sec. What has happened there? Okay. 1 second. Super weak. Super bugs. I'm still here. I'm going to be right back though, because I need to take a look at what on earth is going on with that. Assets, trivia, only 18th of May. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, something has gone deeply, deeply wrong here. I'm not sure where that's come from, but I need to scan through this pack because that's quite clearly not right. There is probably an error in the tools somewhere. Glad it's come up now because it's not beyond the realm of possibility to actually be able to start it again. We've only seen 2 questions, one of which was the easiest. Why has that come up like that? I remember what that question was, so let me see if I can find that question. Now, curiously, that question that is coming up later on... right, the thing of it is, the answer is this. If you've said Aquaman, that's not the answer to the question. The answers are as they should be. It is just compiled incorrectly. So let me just look at the basis of it as to see why that is. I was going to scan through it based on what's going on here, because if this is the only one that's wrong, people have lost a life on it now as well, so I should probably restart. So apologies for that. It's only really 1 question and 1 answer that we've seen, which I might just see if only can change very quickly. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull the plug on the game and restart it, and I can see exactly where the error is. I'm just scanning through the pack to make sure that that is indeed the only error. One of my jobs for tomorrow is to make some changes to the question writer tool, because there's evidently a bug in it. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. But will probably have to be changed. That's right. 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 Okay. So there is one error. There's a one-cell error that's happened here, and what it means is that the pack is still fine, but I'm going to have to restart it because people have lost lives there, and that's not fair when there was a bug in the game. So, virtually everyone, but one person did get it wrong, though, Jack Wilfred, which is the contention there. I shall close the build. I can see where the error is. And I will fix that broken question first. That's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. Why have I just closed that down? That was really silly. Unless Oni very quickly wants to send me 2 replacement questions. Apologies for this. Occasionally these things happened. Not normally in Super Week, and it's a bit of a shame that has happened there. It is on me. It is not at all on Oni. It is an Edinburgh parsing issue. So apologies for that. What I'm going to do is grab hold of that, which is the actual question that should have gone in there, and replace it there. That looks like that's correct. I can now save that. You didn't see the answer to that question, so that question can stay. The other one, I'm going to change that one. Only if you don't mind. I'll make it very similar, but I will just change the person in question because, and in the interest of full transparency, the question, it was actually a round 2 question, which somehow has managed to come up there. I think I probably know why that's happened as well. What is the best known alias of the DC superhero whose real name is Arthur Curry? I'm going to change that to something else. I'm not going to tell you what, though. Let me see. That will make it comparable in difficulty. I'm now really wishing I hadn't actually told you the full question, though actually most of you could probably have worked that out. Give me 1 second. Matt, as you took a hit on that question 1, if you're happy to play fairly on the game, you could take a hit on it again, and everyone else, because it was just a 1-point question, then I don't have to change that question. That would be ideal. Stand by. Give me, I'll be about 2 minutes, I think. Yeah, that'll do. There's that, and that, and that. I'm just going to check that this now does pass through, having just edited the JSON manually, which I'm always a little bit scared about doing. New, paste, tree, copy, and paste it back in. Great, okay. So I've repassed that database. Right, JSON Momoa. Apologies for that, and only I have just changed that one question where the answer was effectively displayed. So, bit of a false start there, and huge apologies for that, but hopefully that means we can go right back into the game. Okay, and we're back in the game properly this time. Order might be different. I can't guarantee the order. The order is still going to be RNG. Do come back and rejoin. Full start there. And I will make repairs to that question writing tool. Oh, look at that. Anna Seth and brand new Halo right next to each other with the same avatar. That's nice. I'm going to get it up to... There's at least one more that was in. I'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll lock it up and get on with the game. Apologies again for that. Thank you for your patience in this matter. Oh. Bye, Grafado. Wait, don't go. I'm now really hoping that that is parsing correctly. It does look like it is. Welcome back, Grafalo. Matt, to answer your question, the 1 point question, because that's the one you've seen, although it's difficult to say because that's a question you got wrong but is now, you know, the answer to. Whereas if you get, I don't want you to throw another question, but if the 1 point question is at the end, then that could be a really awkward thing to do if you've only got one life left and you need that one. But if you're playing in the knowledge that you would have got that one wrong had we been playing in the first life, you never know. Number one may come up as the first question again. But thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Right, looks like we may have lost a player, but that's, I guess, those are the breaks. We're up to 37 now. I'll give you 10 seconds to join it, and then I'm going to lock it up. Not how I was anticipating Super Night Week, night number 2 starting off, but here we are. I'll give it to the end of this pan, and then we are going back into the game. Let me load up my Escape Artist profile. Ah, it's Sportsy. There you are, just in the nick of time. Very well done, sir. Okay, let's lock it up. That's a change around right there. So the 1 pointers at the end of the first half, Matt. So that makes it a little bit... trying to balance game and work. I appreciate that, it's Sportsy. So the 1 pointer there, Matt is going to throw. If you didn't play that 1 pointer before, and I would appreciate it if you didn't play it again now. Of course, I can't actually do anything about that to stop you. But in the interest of integrity of the game, you may not want to play it. Of course, given what's coming up after it, that might change the decisions, so I will leave it with your conscience to decide. Round 1 is initiate. The rules haven't changed from when I explained them 10 minutes ago, so let's jump right into this. Question 1 is now the 10-pointer. Fingers crossed we don't have any more parsing issues. Here is question number 1. Alphabetically in English, what is the last element in the periodic table? This is the 10-pointer. 23 out of 38 players attempting this one. Let's take a look at the correct answer is and what you said. Zirconium, I'm afraid. I thought a few of you might go for zinc, but it's not. It's zirconium. Zinc, 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 ytterbium, zinc, zinc, Y, which would be ytterbium, zinc, zinc, ytterium, zinc, xenon, and xenon, all incorrect. Zirconium was the correct answer there. Well done if you got that. 10 points to you. If not, I'm afraid you're going to lose a life. Let's light you back up. Something hopefully a little milder for you now. Question number 2 is worth 3 points. A few of you have lost a life already, but not to worry. Remember, for every life you've got left at the end of the round, we'll give you a bonus point. Fingers on buzzers then. Question number 2 is worth 3 points. Here it is. Which version of Microsoft Windows is the direct successor to Windows Vista? (26 out of 38), same number that attempted the first false question. A few answers being received out of time. 4 of them, Crusata, Mr. Quiz, JY, and Car. Unfortunately, answer received after the clock had stopped. Correct answer is Windows 7. ME was a little bit earlier, as was 2000, as was XP. Which are the options you've gone for there? And 97, which thankfully didn't go through the spell checker. Oh no, it's done that thing where Clive said Windows 8. And it's marked in as correct. Again, well, that's a thing that even with the new algorithm on the spell checker, that would have gone through because 7 and 8 are next to each other. Oh, boy, 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 boy. Fortunately, it's only Clive for whom that has affected. Oh, and Keshi as well. Clive and Keshi. Oh, dear. Not much I can do about it. I need an uncondone button. That Ralph Darcy Red Knight. I can't give you the Red Knight. You can throw a question. Maybe if a question comes up that you don't know, you can throw it, or a question that you do know, I don't know. I'm going to encourage you to play integrity. I know you two are both honest arrows, so however you want to play this to try and make that right, and apologies for that, but Windows 8 is the wrong answer. The answer is Windows 7. Let's light you up. So, a few players on 2 for 2, a few players yet to attempt a question, and a few players are on no points but have got some wrong. Matt down to his last life, and if he's going to stick to his honest engine, he's going to get question number 5 wrong. So it is going to be an early shower for the ref tonight. Grafalo down to 1, Shapes and Adster also down to 1. Let's go on to the next question. Question 3 is worth 6 points. Take a look at this. Eventful start, oh hey, that is definitely one way of describing it. Question number 3. What southern Croatian city's famed walls were used as the filming location for King's Landing in the Game of Thrones TV series? This is the question that a minute ago was Aquaman. Only 8 out of 38 attempting this question. How well do you know your European geography? Correct answer is Dubrovnik. We've got Zagreb, Split, Zagreb, and Split. All incorrect, but four players give me the correct answer, 4 players the wrong answer. Dubrovnik is what we're after. Very well done if you got that. 6 points to you. Let's light you back up. Oh, sorry, Grafalo. That's the end of the road. It's lights out. Oh, God, I'm just not on it tonight at all. I don't know what's going on. I think last night was quite good. Last night was quite successful, and so tonight I'm just not paying attention to stuff. Apologies for that, Grafalo. It is the end of the road and it's lights out. 1 life remaining. Already we're down to 5 players who are on their last life there, if you're flashing now. Nobody yet requiring all, and nobody yet poised to escape. Question number 4 is worth 2 points. Take a look at this. In which year will the next US presidential election take place? $33 out of 37. Just 4 players sitting this one out. Correct answer was 2024. The next president will be sworn in 2025, but the election will take place in 2024. 2023 also the wrong answer, and Sparrow Castle and Jay White going for 2025. Unfortunately, you are going to lose a life. And unfortunately, Jay White, you have now exhausted your lives. So unfortunately for you, my friend, it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Right, on we go. Question number 5, the single pointer. Is there anyone 1 away? Nobody has 1 away yet. Nobody's going to require all of them. If you're on your last life, though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you there. 1 more incorrect answer. We'll see you eliminated from the game. Do stick around, though, because we're going to be playing Big Break a bit later on. Fingers on buzzers for the question that we all know what it's going to be. The 1-pointer. Question number 5. The Disney film Tangled is based on which Brothers Grimm fairy tale? Deja vu. It's either a massive coincidence or you're all being absolutely sterling and honest, because that is, I think, the same number of players who attempted it last time, 28 out of 36. Let's move through this quite quickly. What's the bot doing? Ash, what's the bot? Is the bot doing something funny? Because you atted her with a thinky face. Oh, okay. I won't worry. Correct answer is Rapunzel. I see what's happening. Clive taking his penalty, and Keshi as well. Thank you both for your integrity there. And Matt bidding us all a very fond good night. Thank you for your integrity there, Matt. I'm sorry that it's a bit of a crap way to go, but unfortunately, occasionally these blips do crop up. But for you, my friend, it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Last thing I want to do now is press the end round button. Don't press that button. Right, we've got some different lights. Jay Turner, Cyclespace, it's Sotley and Zeus. You're all 1 away from escaping. Any of the next 5 will see you escaping the round. Remember, once you have escaped, you can't answer any more. Nobody requires all, which means everybody's got at least 1 so far, which is a good start. And if you're on your last life, Lupine, Shapes, Adster, Sparrow, and Clive. 1 more wrong move. And it's lights out for you. Fingers on the buzzers then, everybody. Question number 6. This is an 8-pointer. Take a look at this. Yes, Karma restored. I feel happier now on Karma. Marcel Duchamp's 1917 sculpture entitled Fountain is a prominent example of which artistic movement? Oh, you were just thinking about the question, Ash. I get you. Mr. Quiz, Claire and Sparrowcastle, answers received out of time. But looking at your answers that you've submitted, I think you'll be quite glad for that. 12 out of 35 attempted it. The correct answer was Dada or Dada or Dadaism or Dadaism. I'm not entirely sure of the pronunciation. What about found art? What about found art? Is that a valid alternative? Nobody said it. Anyway, we've got modernism, postmodernism, Favism, Surrealist, Bauhaus, Art Deco, or Vorticism. All of those are incorrect answers. So I'm afraid you 7 are going to lose a life. Nobody due for elimination, but well done if you got that. That's another 8 points to you. Let's light you back up. So at this point we have now got some different colours. No one has escaped yet, but we've still got those 5, 1 away from escaping any of the next 4 questions. We'll see you good to escaping. We've now got some oranges. Car, Proogs, It's Sportsy and Sparrowcast. You've got to give me correct answers to the remaining 4 questions or it will be impossible for you to escape and you will be eliminated. And again, a few players on the last life. Keshi, Lupine, Clive, Anisep, Sparrow, We Like Shapes and Adster. One more wrong step and it is also elimination for you. Best of luck. Fingers on buzzers. Question number 7 is worth 5 points. Which mid-17th century war, the first of 3 similarly named wars, was fought between the groups known as Cavaliers and Roundheads? That was a big lock-in dot wave. 20 out of 35 attempting this one, and this is one there are about 8 different alternative variations on this answer, but I guarantee I'm going to have to condone something that is correct but doesn't get through. The correct answer was the English Civil War, Crusades, British Civil War. Jack, now that's a really tenuous point that we could argue the toss over. War of Roses is definitely wrong. American Revolutionary War is definitely wrong. Crusades is definitely wrong. I'm not going to condone that, Jack, because there's a technical distinction between Britain and England. It's not really ever referred to. When you're talking about monarchs and it went from English to British, the English to British monarch, that's slightly different in that one is generally synonymous with the other, but this is the name of a war, so I am not inclined to allow the British Civil War because it was very much the English Civil War. The British Civil War is yet to come, which I'm sure it's on the horizon at some point in the future. God, that's depressing. Shut up, Ben. Stop being depressing. Jack, I'm not going to allow that answer. Everybody who said English Civil War or some variation thereon, very good. 5 points to you. We've got some people due for elimination as well. Sparrowcastle, Adster, and It's Sports. It's either impossible for you to escape or your lives have been exhausted, so I'm afraid for you 3, it is the end of the road. You would dispute, but you accept the ruling. I appreciate you taking the ruling with grace there, Jack Wilfred. It's the end of the road for you 3, and it's lights out. A few more colours appearing now. A couple more escapees. Lupine and It's Sotley. Lupine's going to be relieved to escape. I've been on that last life for a little while. It's Sotley's also escaped, 19 and 17 respectively. Lots of people now one away. Any of the next 3, you've got a 9, a 4 and a 7 pointer coming up. Any of those 3 will see you good to escaping. If you require all of them, you're orange. You've got to give me all 3 of them correctly in order to escape. And if you're on your last life, additionally, you're flashing now, so tread carefully. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Question number 8. Second hardest of the lot. It's a 9-pointer. Take a look at this. Which British quiz show used the term "wallied" to describe an incorrect player being prevented from answering the next question? (15 out of 30), exactly half the pack attempting it. The correct answer was Bob's Full House. Jack again, right host for Wipeout, but not the right show. Everybody's Equal is also wrong. Whittle, Pointless, Blockbusters, Countdown, all incorrect. Bob's Full House was the answer we needed. Wipeout, Everybody's Equal, Whittle, Blockbuster, Pointless and Countdown, the incorrect answers given there, all incorrect. It does mean we've got 3 more people due for elimination. Car, Amy and Tune It In. You've either exhausted your lives or it's impossible for you to escape, so I'm very sorry. It is the end of the road and it's lights out. 24 players remain. If you're one away, you're flashing now. That light blue colour means you are one away. If you acquire both, the remaining 2 questions, you're orange and you're flashing now. Additionally, if you are on your last life, you'll be flashing now, so tread carefully. A few more players have escaped, though. Zeus, Sotley, Connor, Big Man Aaron, and Lupine. 5 escapees at this point. 2 more questions to go. Still plenty of potential, and this next question worth 4 points. Very best of luck. It's question number 9. Take a look at this. The final words of George Orwell's 1984 are, he loved whom? "23 out of 24. Just the one abstention there. And that could be an automatic elimination because I think that player required 2, whoever they were. 1984 questions in as many days. The correct answer, which I almost said then, is a Big Brother. Cola going for Mary. Mr. Quiz going for himself. That's good self-esteem there, but not the right answer. Cycle Space, Napoleon, Jay Turner, nobody, Shadowmain, all. All valid guesses, I suppose, if you've not read the book, but I'm afraid incorrect. It does mean we've got 3 more people on the elimination list. Zephyrus, Shadowmain, and Cola. It's either impossible for you to escape or your lives have been exhausted, so I'm afraid for you 3 it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Lots of escapees now. Ketchy Head, Connor, Big Man Aaron, Lupine, Zeus, Apple, Ditsotley, and Samster, Clive, Toot, and Kira have all escaped into round 2. Very well done to you all. If you require all of the remaining questions, or one of them, it's a 7-pointer. You're orange and you're flashing now. The very best of luck to you. Give me a right answer to this, you're through to round 2. If not, we say goodbye. Question number 10. Take a look. What is the meat in the traditional Japanese dish of tonkatsu? Drew, Dave, Tom out of time there. I'm afraid you're going to be eliminated by default. Everyone else, I think, who did need to give an answer, did give an answer. Have they given the correct answer? It remains to be seen. The answer was pork. And Jack Wilfred, some karma for you there. After not condoning the British Civil War, you have got through with 1 life left. Very well played. Wrong answer there. Fish, beef, beef, chicken, beef, beef, chicken, beef, squid, and veal are all incorrect. And so that is the last question of the round. And for all the players who answered there, it was your last opportunity to get through to round 2. And sadly, it does mean for Drew, Dave, Tom, AB, me, Jay Turner, Bill Kiasco, Arden Fetz, O'Hay, Shapes, Proogs, Brand New Halo, Anasep, and Mr. Quizworthing, you failed to accrue the 5 questions required, which means it is the end of the road and it's lights out. So 15 players escape what started out as 38, less than half going through into round 2, but very well done to all of you. For every life that you have got left, we will give you a bonus point. Let's go to round number 2. Round 2 is sustain. Target in this round is 48. That is set by the highest scoring player plus 15. So that's Jack, Wilfred, and Samster on a score of 33. We add 15 to their scores. And that sets a target. That means that even the highest scoring player must get at least 3 right in this round, because in this round, every question is worth a flat rate of 5 points. Similarly to before, you need to hit the target. In this case, the target is a point score of 48, getting 5 points per question, so you can work out how many points you need. If at any point it becomes mathematically impossible for you to escape, i.e. there aren't enough questions left for you to accrue points, you will be eliminated from the game. If you lose all 3 lives, you will be eliminated from the game. For every life you have left at the end, we will give you a bonus 2 points this time. However, you must hit the target before those bonuses are applied. Very important rule that you need to be aware of. In this round, however, unlike the last one, once you hit the target, you may continue answering questions to amass as high a score as possible, though beware, you can still be eliminated even if you have escaped the round if you run out of lives. So do bear that in mind. You can try and get more points, but remember you get 2 points for every life left. So if it's a question you're 50-50 on, it might be worth the risk if you've got plenty of lives. If you've only got 1, maybe not so much. That's the rules for round 2. I think that's all I need to say. 48 is the target. Very best of luck to you all. Fingers on buzzers. Here is question number 1. The popular Ben & Jerry's flavour Cherry Garcia is named after a founding member of which Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducted band? 6 out of 15, just over a third of you attempting this question. The correct answer was The Grateful Dead. Clive going for the Rolling Stones. A wrong answer there. I'm afraid you're going to lose a life. Everybody else getting 5 points. Well played. Let's start you up. On we go to question number 2. Target creeping closer for some of you. Fingers on buzzers. Take a look at this for 5 points. What colour is the central stripe of the bisexual pride flag? This question getting a lot of love in the chat. 13 out of 15 attempting this one. The correct answer was... It's purple. It's starting going for yellow. Cyclespace going for white. Riff Raccoon going for white as well. I'm afraid that's not the right answer. You're going to lose a life. Everybody else who attempted that, give me a correct answer, which was purple. Very well played. Let's light you back up. So, 3 or 2 lives for everybody at this point. 48. Nobody yet requiring all those. Samster is now just 1 question away from hitting that target as one of the highest scoring players in the round. And in the previous round, he only needs 3. Best of luck to all 15 players. Here is question number 3, worth another 5 points. Erroneously called babushka in Western countries, what is the native name for a set of Russian stacking dolls? Nine out of 15. That's more than I thought would attend this. I didn't have a Scooby-Doo on this one when this came up, and I thought no one's going to know that, surely. Shows my ignorance, I suppose. The correct answer was Matryoshka. And there are some definitely plausible spellings there. In fact, Lupine, Samster, Itzotli, and even Riff, actually, Metroishka. Yeah, I'm going to accept all 4 of those answers as correct, because I can see they're all what I call phonetically plausible, and it is I imagine for most people, a foreign word. So Riff Raccoon, that's fine. The Lupine one, that's fine. Itzotli, that's fine. And Samster, that is also fine. Yeah, those are all very much phonetically plausible, and it's one of those ones you can't put a catch-all for everything, but well done if you did get the exact spelling of that. 5 points to you. Samster becomes the first player to escape the round. Let's light you back up. Yes, the intention is clear. The intention is clear, as Jack is saying there. Well, this is literally Tom Quizzy does straight like 25 minutes ago. Oh, maybe that's what it is. If you've got 2 channels open, maybe you've overheard it over there, perhaps. Still nobody requiring all questions at this stage, which is lovely to see, and no one down to their last life either. So, fingers on buzzers, here is question number 4. The Gracie family, a prominent member in various forms of martial arts, come from which country? Just the 4 players attempting this one. Samster has escaped, may continue to answer questions, but on this occasion chose not to. Apple, Cycle, Claire and Kira all attempting this one. The correct answer was Brazil. Brazil, just Kira airing on that one, going for USA. Not the right answer, I'm afraid. 5 points to the other 3, but Kira, I'm afraid you're going to lose a life. Let's light you back up. So, as we come to question 5, there are 6 questions remaining. Kira requires 5 of them. Only just, mind you. This is 1 point out from requiring 4 of them. Itzotli also requiring 5. Keshi also requiring 5. Riff also requiring 5. Cyclespace also requiring 5, if my maths is any good there. 5 of 6. Difficult, but not impossible. 48 still the target. Samster still the only player to have escaped. Fingers on buzzers. Let's have a look at question number 5. Sorry, beg your pardon, Keshi, you only need 4. Likewise, it's Solid and Cyclespace. Number 5. What is the best known alias of the DC superhero whose real name is Dick Grayson? Guess what this question was originally? It's not Aquaman. You know, it's originally it was Arthur Curry, and the answer was Aquaman. And actually, there are 2 potential answers here because of I didn't best known alias. There are 2. answers that were acceptable. The answer the computer's going to show us is Nightwing, but Robin was also acceptable. Nightwing and Robin both acceptable. Apparently he was formerly Robin, later became Nightwing, but either is correct. Aquaman is not the right answer, Kira, and Applecast neither is Batman. So that was my very quick substitute question. Massive apologies to Oni for having to change his question pack. I always think that's the height of bad manners to do that, but so thank you for your good grace, and thank you as well, everybody, for your patience earlier on with that. Kira and Apple, I'm afraid you're going to lose a life. Everyone else 5 points. Let's light you back up. So we've got some colours going on now. Kira, you need 4 from 4. 5 from 5. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 5 from 5. And you're also down to your last life. So do tread carefully. However, we've got some Aquamarine on the go as well. Oh dear, I've got a hiccup now. Those players in light blue, you are 1 away from escaping. Any of the next 5 will see you good to escaping. Remember, you can still continue to answer questions after you have escaped. Aquamarine, yeah. Fingers up buzzers, everyone. Here's question 6. Oh god. Haaretz is the longest running newspaper in which country? Eight out of 15 attempting this question. Correct answer was it's Israel, which is maybe a little tricky on the world stage at the moment, given what's happened in recent days, which I managed to keep out of the warm-up quiz the other day. But Israel is the answer we were after. Everyone getting that, apart from Rifakun and Connor, who went for Austria and Germany, respectively. Kira, I believe, did need to give me an answer and failed to do so, which means, sadly, Kira, it is no longer possible for you to escape the round. So I'm afraid it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. Newspapers are never topical in 2021, quite. So, at this point, if you want to weigh, light blue and flashing now. 2 more escapees, Jack Wilfred and Now Cut That Out, joining Samster and going dark blue. Remember, you can still continue to answer questions. 2 points for every life you've got left at the end. If you require all of them, just Riff Raccoon, you've got to give me all 4 of the remaining questions in order to hit that target. Nobody on their last life at this stage, so fingers on buzzers. Question number 7, take a look at this. Pepsi and Shirley were the backing singers of which 1980s pop group? Dick Grayson and the Aquamans. Would that be Aquamen? Jack Wilfred, possibly? Only 3 players attempting this one. Samster, It's Hotly and Riff Raccoon. Correct answer was Wham! Oh, Riff going for Spandau Ballet. Right era, wrong answer, I'm afraid. It does mean you have now exhausted your lives and it's impossible for you to escape, so I'm afraid, Riff, it's the end of the road and it's lights out. Still only 3 escapees. We've got a handful of people in light blue. Zeus, It's Hotly, Big Man Aaron and Lupine. Any of the next 3 questions will see you good to escaping. If you require all of them, Cycle Space, Connor, Clive and Keshi, you must give me all 3 answers correctly in order to escape. Everyone has still got at least 2 lives in the bank, and there are a couple of people, Applecars and Claire, who can only need to give me 2 out of 3. Best of luck. Question number 8. Take a look at this. The protagonist's main vehicle in the anime series Initial D is an AE86, a real-life car made by which car company? Six out of 13, a flurry of answers at the last minute there. Correct answer was is Toyota. Nissan, Ritmi, Nissan and Subaru, all incorrect answers given there. A couple of Toyotas in there though, Clive and Applecars, very well done for getting that. Sadly though, it does need Keshi, Connor and Cycle Space. It is mathematically impossible for you to escape the round. There are not enough questions left for you to amass the points that are needed, so I'm afraid it is the end of the road and it's lights out. And still only 3 escapees, Jack Wilfred, Samster and Now Cut That Out. We have still got 4 players who are 1 away. Big Man Aaron, Lupine, It's Sotley, Applecar, Zeus, 5 players, I beg your pardon, and Zeusless, all 1 away. Everyone has still got at least 2 lives, but Clive and Claire, you must now get both of these last 2 questions. If you abstain from either of them or give me a wrong answer to either, it is the end of the road. Best of luck. Question number 9 for another 5 points. Take a look at this. Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell star as the two leads of which 2006 film based on a cult 1980s television series? Both Clive and Claire did get an answer in, along with 4 other players, 6 out of 10 attempting this one. The correct answer was Miami Vice. Clive going for Bewitched, not the right answer. Big Man Aaron going for Knight Rider. Lupin going for Dukes of Hazzard. Miami Vice was the right answer. Zeus has joined the ranks of the escapees, ticking over that target up to 50 points. Very well played, Zeus. You are through to the next round. However, unfortunately, Clive, it is no longer possible for you to amass 48 points, so I'm afraid it is the end of the road and it's lights out. All those points ticking away. Sad. However, Clive, hang on to that caveat. There may be a caveat. I was originally going to have all 3 players who got through. All players who got through to round 3 getting a ranking. You're the 10th player to go out, and it wasn't on a tie. So I'm actually inclined to give 10 to a 1-point ranking to the top 10. It just makes it a bit more consistent with the other games, apart from the ones that are known factors. 4 escapees, 5 remaining. Apple, Claire, It's Sotley, Big Man Aaron, Lupine. It all comes down to this question. You give me a right answer, you're through to the final round. If not, it is lights out. Jack, Samster, Zeus and Toot, you've all got 3 lives intact, so there's no danger of elimination at this point, but you might want 6 points rather than 4, because if you get it wrong you lose 2 of those bonus points, but if you get it right you get an extra 5. The choice is yours. Question number 10, the last one of the round. Take a look at this. Which country held the last Commonwealth Games of the 20th century? Seven of 9. Nice. 7 of 9 attempting this one. Pretty tricky question here at the end. The correct answer was Malaysia. Malaysia was the right answer there. Wrong answers: UK, Canada, Scotland and Australia. Toot already escaped, but giving it a go nevertheless. No penalty for trying. It does mean, however, Apple, Big Man Aaron, It's Sotley and Claire, you have not reached the target at the end of the round. Claire just a single solitary point away. Big Man Aaron and It's Sotley 4 away, but it was a single question required. Very sadly for you 3, it is the end of the road. You 4 even. It is, because Apple Cars as well, who didn't give an answer to that one. It is the end of the road, and it's lights out. So a 4-way tie means you will all get the same amount of points, probably 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You'll all get 5, and then Clive will get 1, because it was a joint elimination at that point, which means we have only got 5 people in the final. What started as 38 came down to 15 and has ended up with just 5. Zeus, Toot, Samster, Jack Wilfred and Lupine, you're all through to the final of the Escape Artist. For every life you've got left, we'll give you an extra 2 points. Let's go to the final. Round 3 is called Survive. Your points now convert into a countdown. I think you've all been here before. I might be wrong. This would be a good moment to check the penny leaderboard. It would also be a good moment to initiate a bonus for you guys. If you would like to get yourselves a bonus, type the lobby code into the chat. Escape 13 is the code that you need, according to all the logs that are coming in now. Escape 13, but the message was received out of time. This is the reason I can't have it during a live round, otherwise everyone has Escape 13 as their answer. So while you get your penny bonus, I'm going to check the penny leaderboard for our former Escape Artists. That's all-time pennies, I don't want to see that. Escape Artists. Samster has been the Escape Artist twice. Lupine has been the Escape Artist twice. Jack Wilfred, Zeus, Toot has been the Escape Artist once. Jack Wilfred and Toot and... Shut up, Ben. Jack Wilfred and Zeus have never been the Escape Artists. They will be looking to add that medal to their medal board. Only golds in this game, no first, second, third, though, of course, rankings for the top 10 players. So, that is how fixtures stand, and that's enough time for a bonus there. Stop that. 34 players have been given a penny. So, round 3 survive. Your points now convert to a countdown. First player to give me a correct answer will start the clock on all other players. The drain rate will be 1 point per second and a half, up to a maximum of 10. The only way to stop the clock is to give me a correct answer. As soon as you do, your clock stops. If you don't, you lose the maximum rate for the question. First 3 questions it's 10, and it goes up from there. Your lives are no longer lives. These are what we call refires, which means if you attempt a question and get it wrong, you may try the question again. These can be useful later on down the road, especially if there are some thinky questions that have some margin for error. You aren't eliminated if you run out of refires, but it does mean from that point on only your first answer will be accepted. Does mean a good tactic for this round is that you can try an answer for free. There is no penalty for trying an answer for free, but every subsequent answer you get will cost you a refire. So if you've got a good educated guess, it might be worth trying to get something in quickly to start the clock. If you've got plenty of refires in the bank, I will let you use them how you see fit. If your points hit 0, you are eliminated from the game. It is very possible to have no winners if nobody answers the last question right, but more on those rules a little bit later on. Best of luck to all 5 of you. 5 very, very strong players here in this final, with Samster and Jack leading the pack once again, tied on scores as they were going into round 2, 64 apiece. Zeus and Lupine 10 points behind on 54, and Toot just a point behind that on 53. This could very quickly become all within a point or 2 of each other. I wish you luck. Round 3 is survive. Here's question number 1. In the mathematical mnemonic, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, what does the word excuse represent? Lupine's in and wrong, Toot's in and wrong. If no one answers, you all lose the max. Zeus is wrong. And everyone losing points. It's exponents. So it's PEMDAS. It's sort of the American version of BITMAS. So, yeah, so it would be parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, equals expression, and equals all incorrect. So you've all lost 10 points at the head of the game. BODMAS is what I learned at school. Yeah, I think it's changed in recent years. Wow. Doesn't happen very often in this last round, and after bigging you all up as well. No one said exponentials, Matt, so it's a kind of mooty point. I can't remember what was on this. It was exponent or exponents. Exponents equals indices equals order. Yeah, possibly if I'd had a conversation about it, but no one said it, so academic in this case. Right, that's the first question done. Let's light you back up. No change to the differences in the scores, just 10 points lower for everybody. 54, 54, 44, 44, and 43. Question number 2 coming in. Have a look at this. Which Greek capital letter consonant consists of 3 horizontal lines when written in a sans serif typeface? Zeus is in and wrong. Refires available. Jack's in and wrong. Sam's is in and wrong. Pi, alpha, and theta. No, it's G. She? G? Chi? I think it's pronounced chi. And theta, alpha, and pi are definitely not those. Good start, gang, indeed. Again, no questions right so far in the final. And the drain continues. That's 20 points you've all now lost. Let's light you back up. In this round, we don't play to question 10. We play until there's 1 player left, or no players left. So once we have only got 1 player left, if that happens, then that player is the escape artist, even if we don't get to question 10. We're going to go on to question number 3. Still the maximum drain rate of 10. Someone's got to get something right in a minute, I would have thought. Best of luck. Have a look at this. It's pronounced key. Thank you very much, Lupine. Released as a Netflix interactive film in 2018, which entry in Charlie Brooker's Samster Side of the Clock Black Mirror series was named after a creature invented by Lewis Carroll. Toot is in and wrong. Lupine and Jack Wilfred have stopped their clocks. Zeus and Toot are still ticking. Zeus has stopped the clock. Toot has taken a refire, and Toot has finally stopped the clock at 27. Toot actually attempting the same answer twice. Jabberwockia and then Jabberwocky, typo, thinking it may have been the typo that wasn't caught. Bandersnatch was the answer we were after there. When I asked my wife that earlier on, she answered it before I got to the first comma. Released as a Netflix interactive film. Bandersnatch. Yeah, it's very good. Very impressive. Samson starting the clock there, preserving his lead. Jack was not a million miles behind, though, on 42. Zeus down to 29. Lupine down to 33. Toot down to 27, but only 1 refire left. Very interesting scores. Let's light you back up. Drain rate increases 1 point per second now, so those points are going to tick down even faster and lose you a maximum of 15 if you fail to give me an correct answer, full stop. Good luck. Toot down to his last refire. Everyone else has still got 3. Here is question number 4. The Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest bridge to continually run over water in the world, is in the northern outskirts of which major American city? Toot started the clock. Zeus was in a wrong. Jack was in a wrong. Samster in a wrong. Lupine in a wrong. Zeus refiring still wrong. Clocks are still on. It's in New Orleans. New Orleans. Zeus going for New York. Samster for Los Angeles, Jack for New York, Lupine for Seattle. Other answers that came in, San Francisco was Zeus's first answer, also incorrect. So, bit of a table turn there, where Toot lost a lot of points in the last question. He's started the clock there and caused a lot of pain for the other players in the round. Now tied with Jack in second place on 27, Samster still with a slight advantage on 29, Lupine slips to 18, Zeus now in danger, can potentially go out on the next question. Let's light you up. Zeus is looking for a quick start to this question because if he loses the maximum drain rate, he will be eliminated from the game. Best of luck to you all. Here's question number 5. What British paper size is exactly 4 times the size of an A5 piece of paper? Zeus has started the clock. Lupine's shortly after. Samson and Jack shortly after that. Toot's still having a think. In and wrong. You've got 1 refire left, Toot. And that's it. And that is the right answer. Just what Zeus needed there, a quick start on that question, and he has got it. He was the one to start the clock there. A3 was the answer. Toot originally going for A1, which was not the right answer, causing a bit of drain and using up your last refire. Be warned, Toot, from now on, only your first answer will be accepted. Zeus has got 2 refires. All the other 3 players have got all 3. Samster still with the advantage over Jack Wilfred, 26 to 24, then a bit of a gap. Toot is on 17, Lupine 16, Zeus 14. Still the disadvantage with Zeus, still technically able to go out on this question, but that will be a boost to him. That strong play and starting the clock there. Let's light you back up. What did you get from operating a photocopy, eh? Quite right. Samson nearly went the wrong way. Well, question 6, this is the last one where the drain rate is 1 point a second. After this, it all gets very, very serious and very fast indeed. Fingers on buzzers. Take a look at this. What name connects the following? A character in Capcom's Darkstalkers fighting game series, Claire Bradbury in Supernatural, and Spider-Man's Black Cat. Lupine has started the clock. Jack's in and wrong. Zeus is in and wrong. Samson's in and wrong. Zeus is running out of time. And there goes Zeus. Felicia was the answer, or Felicia. Answer that came in: Keith, Willow, Salem, and Lily. Keith, Lily, Salem, Willow was Zeus's original answer, changing his mind using that refire, going for Lily, equally not the right answer. And Lupine, with the power play there, has taken advantage of the game and also knocked Zeus out of contention. So Zeus, I'm afraid your time has reached 0. That means it's the end of the road and it's lights out. Well fought game, finishing in 5th place. We'll get a 5th place ranking for this. We're down to just 4. Lupine now switching the advantage back to him after losing 2 lives on the first 2 or 3 questions of round 1. Is now in the strongest position in the final with 4 questions to go. Lupine is on 16. He's going to be looking to try and knock some of these other players out before we get to the final question, because of course the final question requires an answer. If we don't get there though, we don't need it. Samster now trailing on 11, Jack just behind that on 9, Toot right down on 2. Toot in real danger here, no refires and only 2 points. With the drain rate now at 1 point per 0.75 seconds up to a maximum of 20, all 4 players could technically go out on the next question. Toot with the most to worry about, but nobody is safe from question number 7. I hope it's friendly to you. The very best of luck. Take a look at this. Winning the Grammy Award for Best New Artist, what was the name of the 1991 hit single performed by the one-hit wonder Mark Cohen? Toot has started the clock, and they're quick. Jack's in and wrong, and out of time. Lupine has stopped at 7. Samster's out of time. Holy cow. What a dramatic question that was. What a turnaround. 2 with the clutch answer with 2 points left, starting the clock. The answer walking in Memphis. Lupine getting there eventually, not quickly, and losing quite a lot of points, but still with the advantage. Jack and Samster not able to find the correct answer and letting their points drain all the way down to 0. It does mean that Jack and Samster, it is the end of the road and it's lights out. So it is going to be a former champion taking the Escape Artist crown tonight. Will it be Toot getting crown number 2, or will Lupine become the first player to get a hat-trick of Escape Artist victories? Or will we have the situation that we have had so often recently where nobody escapes? If both of you fail to give me a correct answer to this one, that is exactly what will happen. If Toot starts the clock, Lupine has got about 3.5 seconds to find the answer. If Lupine starts the clock, it is pretty much all but over for Toot. Best of luck to both of you. Question number 8. Have a look at this. There's 1.5 seconds left. In darts, what was the maximum score possible with 3 darts on the Quadro, an advanced version of the standard dartboard unsuccessfully trialled in the early 1990s? Lupine started the clock and Toot is out of time. Well played, Lupine. Very well played indeed. And that is going to be game. And now we have to watch that clock tick down. With Toot knowing what's in store. 240 was the answer. I feel sure there must be a factoid for this somewhere on the pack. Let's have a look at the pack. There was a quad ring between the triple and the bullseye worth ×4 the dart score. 20 × 4 is 80, 80 × 3 is 240, except the shouty written form of the answer. Lol. 240! I imagine that's what that was all about. All these lovely factoids that have been given here that I haven't shared with you, and I feel very bad. I got a little bit flustered after the slightly false start, so apologies to Ernie for not sharing those with you. Wow, what a dramatic final that has been. And a dramatic game, non-stop. It's certainly been eventful, but at the end of it all, Toot, I'm afraid you've run out of time and refires, which means it's the end of the road and it's lights out. Don't worry about that. Prepare for question 9, Lupine. You are the only player remaining in the game. And for the 3rd time, the first player to do it 3 times, very many congratulations, because Lupine, you are the Escape Artist. GG, G to the G. And Lupine, I had a great pleasure in adding that on to you. Escape Artist win. The Lupine 1 award 3 pennies to you right there. 3 pennies for the win, and of course the coveted gold medal. And we can't go without saying thank you to our wonderful author Oni91_573, who also gets 3 pennies for writing that pack. There you go, Oni. Thank you very much for the questions, and if you would like to write questions for any of the games that we play here on Game Night, do come and join the Discord, get the question writer app, and I'll fix it before next time. I can probably take my cord out now. Actually, it's been charging for most of the afternoon. Really good pack, a little bit tricky in places certainly, but that's what we want on a tricky game like that. I'm going to have to update the Super Week position. So we had Lupine. So Lupine, that's your first position on the ranking board. The Lupine 1 for the Escape Artist is going to get 10. Who came second? Now cut that out. Is also now cut that out. First appearance on the ranking board. Now cut that out. That's going to be 9 for you. Samster and Jack went out at the same time, so it's going to be 8 points each for Samster and Jack Wilfred, for who it's the first time on the board there. It's then going to go down to 6, and was it Zeus? I think it was Zeus who was out before that, because there were only 5 in the final. There's Zeus getting 6. Everyone before that, I can't remember. I will add on tomorrow. I think Clive has got 1 point, so I'll give Clive 1 ranking point for that. And everyone else is going to get 5 ranking points. 5 ranking points for... well, not everyone else, but everyone else who went out just going to the final. I can't remember exactly who it was, but I'll add those up when I check out the VOD tomorrow. So, Lupine is the Escape Artist. Those are the rankings on there, and those are the pennies given out as well. Well, it's been a very dramatic first game of the night, I have to say, and it's 9:15, so it looks like we are going to be about on track to finish about the usual time. However, we are going to play Big Break next. Big Break, the quiz. I've added some more questions to the pack and firmed up some of the details that were in it. There's going to be a hot seat game, which is mainly for the shiggles and also for the high score. But the medal table is awarded to the lobby players, and the rankings for Super Week will be applied in the lobby game as well. So there will be a hot seat game, but that's just to give it a little bit of focus. And there's an extra penny as well for the winner of that lobby game, as well as a high score leaderboard ranking. But yes, most of this game is done in the lobby, so that is what you've got to look forward to just after the break. I'm going to grab myself another glass of wine, and I will be back very shortly for Big Break. Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you again to Oni for that question pack, and congratulations to Lupine, because you are the escape artist. And don't go away, because right after the break we will be back with Big Break and the second part of tonight's breakout special for Game Night Super Week. More pennies and more ranking points for the week up for grabs. Stay right there, we'll be back shortly.
Sonnenschein und dann mit dir im Wald allein. Weiter brauch ich nichts zum Glücklichsein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein.
It's only a game, so put up a real
Ladies and gentlemen, Royal Flush. Hello and welcome back to the second part of the breakout special for Super Week, the jailbreak special with Big Break, the quiz. And for some reason, I still haven't figured out a way around why the R and the A jump up whenever that text mesh appears on the screen. I've tried so many different ways of doing it. I've tried doing it where it's on screen but it's animated to be really small. I've tried it where it populates the text. I've tried it where it disables the game object, and sometimes they pop up and sometimes they don't. It's to do with the weird displacement script I've got on it that I wrote myself, which means it's probably really rubbish. But it's big. It's Big Break the Quiz, and I do hope that you are looking forward to a bit of snooker action. It is a quiz show with a little bit of snooker running through it as well. The game is going to continue playing in the background, which is fine and dandy. I hope it is with you anyway. And yeah, sorry, I stopped working for a minute there. Tripped over my words. I thought a hard reset would probably do the trick. If you want to come and play, you need to enter the lobby code. This game is conducted entirely in whispers by Whispering2 for Stephanie's Twitch bot. There will be 4 hot seat players. You can self-exclude from the hot seat if you only want to play in the lobby. The majority of the points for this game are given out for the lobby game. So the top 3, the gold, silver and bronze medals, are for the lobby game, and the rankings for the Super Week will come from the lobby as well. There is a little bonus penny for the hot seat players, or the hot seat player who wins, as well as a position on the overall leaderboard for the high score of highest break at the end of the show. And if you're playing in the hot seat, there is no disadvantage. All of the points that you accrue are still counted into the lobby game as well. So apart from, I just had a very weird stray thought about a fringe case that I might have missed that I'm going to have to check tomorrow because I'm not checking it now. Anyway, if you want to come and play Big Break the Quiz, pop in the lobby code. And again, this has got a maximum of 50 players in the lobby, so I hope we're not going to break 50 players. We're okay so far, up to 34, and still going. But do pop yourself in if you want to come and play Big Break. Room for another 10 players if you'd like to come and have a go. Break.wave, yeah. Yeah, self-exclude if you don't want to be front and centre. There's no voice required for this. You don't need voice. It just means that you're front and centre, and in round 2 and 3 you sort of control the pace of the game a little bit. Make sure you've got sound on, because the explanations for the rules are done in like tutorials, where I talk with a faux Jim Davidson accent, because that's what we all need in our lives, is more Jim Davidson. Oh, that's a great big noise. It's that great big noise. The Popo! Hey, the Popo333, welcome to the channel. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. If you want to come and play Big Break, do type in that lobby code XWRB. You would be most welcome to join. Newbies, first timers, and indeed veterans are all welcome here. Everybody was a newbie once, so if you fancy a bit of quiz action, pop yourself into the lobby. I'm judging by Hud's reaction that Hud's has brought you over. Is this all of the followers are coming in now? Tej, hello Tej, welcome to the show, welcome to the channel, and thank you very much for the follow. If you want to come and play, pop in the lobby code. We've got spaces, it'll be fun, even if you only want to play a couple of questions. Pop in the code, guys, pop in the code. Go on, you know it makes sense. Pop in the code, we'll have some quiz action, and it'll be fun. Go on, go on. So, for everyone else, by the way, these people that I'm berating who've only just joined, these are friends of, I know from Hud's channel. Hud's who's joined the channel, who's a Sonic speedrunner, and is one of the nicest guys in the entire world, I think. We're secretly the same person. We have a lot of things in common. That it's sort of weird things that make us. No one's ever seen us in the same room together, so it's a bit weird. But really good guys. So I'm being very effusive because I've been hanging out over in their community a lot, so I wanted to return the favour. So I'm not ignoring you. I love all you guys as well. Here's David Bodica. Welcome, David Bodica. Welcome to the game. Lovely to have you here. Are there some more people who've joined? There really are more people. I should say hello to the people that I haven't said hello to yet. Where did we get to? We got to Anasep. Hello? Did I say Anasep? The Real QVC, good evening. And David Bodicum, Crisata, Mithers, NPL Dart, hello, Hodders, Mrs. Game Show. Welcome, Mrs. Game Show. Chris M. Dixon, DC Simmons, Naked Grandma, Innes, good evening, Andrew Zeal, good evening, Huds, Vertrudel, Ali Lolo, the Popo, and Tej. Welcome to you all. Here we go, Tej and the Popo in the game. This is where the guys come in from another channel, from another community, and clear up. That's the plan. We'll see what happens. Well, look at this, 45 people in the Big Break lobby, which is delightful to see. If you've not played this before, it is one of my latest games. We've only played it twice, once on a pilot and then once on Happy Hour on Thursday, which was a bit spontaneous. All of the questions are actually courtesy of David J. Bodicon and his Face-Off database. I've sort of robbed the Face-Off database for this. I've added a few myself in the first round and a few just to pad it out. We've got at least 10 questions in every round, which should be enough. We've got enough to do the red hot round, which requires exactly 10 questions. And then we've got 100 in potluck, which will be plenty. Based on the other games we've had, 10 should be enough for each of the other categories. But if we get a null exception reference, that'll be why. I haven't written the question writing tool for this yet either, so it's there will be the scope to write questions for this eventually. I'm not keeping track of authors though, that's the only thing for this one. Maybe I should do, but because it's sort of largely a lobby game rather than a hot seat game, if I excluded authors, then if all the authors ended up playing, then we'd have no questions, which wouldn't make a huge amount of sense. So I'm trying to think of a clever way of doing this other than just sort of taken from the Face-Off database, which I can do for a bit, but I don't want to do indefinitely. So I need to think of a better method of doing this. It might be that if players want to write a sort of a pack for it, once I've got an idea of roughly how many questions you need for each, so certainly 10 red hot, around about 30, 35, 40 potluck questions, which, to be honest, that one I don't mind taking from the Face-Off database a little bit, and then up to 10 of each of the other categories. I mean, that's a lot to write for one game, and I wouldn't expect someone to necessarily do that, but then there's probably going to be some overflow, so we could plug in somebody's database. So if you wanted to start compiling your own databases on these categories and then sit out of one particular game, then that might be a way to do it, so you have your own sort of personal databases almost that accumulates over time, because it's not a game with a fixed number of questions like the Escape Artist or the Purge or anything like that. Right, well, we've got 46. I think that's enough to be going on with for now. So I'm going to lock this lobby. We're going to pick our hot seat players. If you have excluded, if you don't want to be in the hot seat, completely fine. The lobby game is exactly the same, pretty much exactly the same. Exclamation mark exclude if you don't want to play in the hot seat. But for now, 46 in the lobby. Let's pick our 4 hot seat players. Let's meet them tonight. They are... Clive of Legend, the Popo, Shadowmane, and Vitrudel. You are our hot seat players tonight. Welcome, 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 welcome. Now, the Popo, I know you're new here. Clive, Shadowmane, and Vitrudel, I think, do all know the drill for this. But you've got to whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot. So that's the account that is going to ask the questions. Whisper to her. Don't write the answers in public chat, because they'll be deleted by a moderator and you'll give the answer to everybody else who's playing the same game. We don't want to do that. If you click Persephone's Twitch bot, she's up in the moderator channel, and then click Whisper, it'll open up a little whisper window for you, and you type your answers into there. And that applies to everybody else as well, but mainly for the benefit of our new players. So, those are our 4 hot seat players. Everybody else is going to hopefully have a good time in the lobby game. Let's go to round 1. It's called Red Hot. And there you see you've all been compiled in alphabetical order, and you will notice that our hot seat players like Clive and the Popo, well, I find the Popo all the way down there. The Popo, there you are, Shadowmane and Vitrudel, you're all on here as well, so your points do accumulate over there. There's one very strange fringe case that I've only just thought of that I will look at tomorrow, that I might have sorted, I might not have done, but we'll look into that. Zanon, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well, my friend. Welcome on in. Lovely to have you here. So, Red Hot. Here's how it works. There's some very... all the follows. Maple Cedar, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome on in. Liam122221 as well. Thank you for that follow. I might have to pause notifications in a minute. What I'm going to do, I'll let this one come in. So I'm just seeing more follows coming in. I'm hugely grateful to all our new friends for joining us. Welcome, 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 and thank you for the follow. I'm just going to pause notifications just for a second while the tutorial's going on, because that's quite an important bit to note and explains how the rules of the game work. The volume should be better tonight. I couldn't actually raise the volume of the tutorial audio anymore because it's they would have spiked if they'd done that. But I have turned up the Unity volume in general, so it might be my microphone is a little bit loud. So you might just want want to turn up the volume a little bit to get the gist of this tutorial. Here's how Red Hot works. Round 1 is called Red Hot. You'll be shown 10 questions over 60 seconds, with each question automatically appearing after 6 seconds. Whisper your answers to Persephone's Twitch bot. The answer to each question will be 5 or fewer characters long. You may attempt any question at any time, even if the question is no longer displayed on the screen. There's no penalty for wrong answers, and you may reattempt the question if you give a wrong answer. At the end of the round, the hot seat player with the lowest score will be eliminated from the game. In the event the scores are tied, the player who submitted their most recent answer first takes priority. Good luck. Okay, so that's all there is to it. 10 questions, each one appearing automatically after 6 seconds. Key things for this round: all of the answers will be 5 or fewer characters long. Why do I go over Dick Van Dyke, Ben Van Dyke? I'm going, it's my sort of Jim Davidson impression. Round 1 is called Red Hot. I don't know, I thought it would be fitting for the game. Apologies if it's appalling. Key things for this is that you can answer any question at any time, even if it's no longer displayed on the screen. What you can't do is obviously repeat the same question 10 times to get 10 points. It doesn't work like that. It's slightly cleverer than that. But if you suddenly think of question 2 about 30 seconds later, or what the answer is, you can type it in. That's the first thing to remember. The second thing is that all of the answers in this round only will be 5 or fewer characters long. Please don't compare me to Jim Davidson. No, Matt. No, thank you. Pop the pink Mary. Pop the pink Mary. Poppins. Yeah, all the answers will be 5 or fewer characters long. So even though it's only 6 seconds, it's not a massive amount of typing. If you're thinking, how could that possibly be 5 or fewer characters long? There will be an answer that is. That's the end of the. That's it. That's the end of it. Right. Good luck to you all. Clive, the Popo, Shadowmay, Vitrudel are our hot seat focus players, but of course, everybody else playing in the lobby. You've got 60 seconds, and there's still no countdown. I should probably add that in. Best of luck. I will count you down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play Red Hot. Question 1. What flower is also the name of the lead female character in the film Titanic? Question 2. The Paramerion and the katana are both types of what weapon? In the 15th century, Peter Henlein invented what device for telling the time? In their eponymous TV show, who is Morty's eccentric grandfather? Who was the UK Prime Minister from 2016 to 2019? What was the first name of the character played by Catherine Tate in Doctor Who? What name is given to 0 points in tennis? A fedora is a type of what? According to legend, what A killed Cleopatra? What word follows pal to give the name of a Monopoly property? You've got time for this. Look at that! Clive of Legend scores 10! Oh, maybe those questions were a little bit easy to start us off. Hodders, Clive and Zeus all scoring 10. Good game, good game. No shirk, though, from Shadowmane and Vitrudel getting 8 and 6, respectively. We'll scan down this lobby in just a second. Those are the top 10 scores. I'll scan down and show everybody's scores in a minute. The Popo, I don't know. Yeah, you have to whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot. The thing that's asking the questions to the account, you have to click that and press whisper. So bear that in mind for the next round. You're going to be eliminated from the hot seat, but you can carry on from the lobby. Let's take a look at those answers and see what they were. What flower is also the name of the lead female character in the film Titanic? That's Rose. Rose DeWitt-Bucator. The Paramerion and the katana are both types of sword. Sword is what we wanted for that one. In the 15th century, Peter Henlein invented what device for telling the time? It was the watch. He invented the watch. Number 4, in their eponymous TV show, Who is Morty's eccentric grandfather? It's Rick. Rick and Morty. We're watching that a lot at the moment and enjoying it very much. Number 5, who was the UK Prime Minister from 2016 to 2019? It was May. Theresa May is who you needed there. What was the first name of the character played by Catherine Tate in Doctor Who? It was Donna Noble, but you wanted the first name. What name is given to 0 points in tennis? It's called Love. 30 love, 15 love, 40 love, etc. A fedora is a type of what? It's one of those. It's a hat. Question number 9. According to legend, what A killed Cleopatra? It was an asp. An asp or an Egyptian cobra. It's its full name, so I put the A in there. And finally, number 10. What word follows pal to the name of a Monopoly property? It's mal. Pal mal is what you wanted there. That's the end of the round. So let's take a look at the scores. Let's scroll down to the other end and see how we all got on. So the Popo may be struggling to find the bot. I'm not suggesting you didn't know any of those, the Popo, but hopefully you've got the bot up now and you'll be able to whisper moving forward. Tej and Silent Marine getting 3. Sparrow Castle, Drude, Tom, Apple Cars all on 4. Tunitin, Amy, Ali Law on 5. Vitrudel, Naked Grandma, Matt, J White, Huds, Grafalo, Bilkey, AB Me on 6. Zafaris, Cola, Carr, Jay Turner, there'll be a few of these I reckon, DC Simmons and Andrew Zeal all on 7, Shapes, Kira, Lupine, Shadowmane, Riff Raccoon, Toot, Mr. Quiz, Innis, Claire, Big Man Aaron all on 8, Samster Proogs, Oni Ohei, Keshi, Jack, It's Sotley, David and Connor and Adster all on 9, Zeus, Hodders and Clive with a perfect first round, 10 out of 10, very well done, high scores. Very well played. We do have to lose the Popo, but Popo, please do continue playing along from the lobby game where your points do still count. That's the end of round 1. Let's go on to round 2. It's called Pocket Money. So, Pocket Money. We're starting to get in a little bit more snooker here. So, Clive, Shadowmane and the Trudel all moving forward into the next round, populated by order of the scores that you got in the first round. There's going to be another tutorial for this. It's a slightly longer tutorial, so do pay attention because here's how Pocket Money works.
Round 2 is called Pocket Money. Each hot seat player has 90 seconds to earn as many points as possible. Answers should be whispered to Persephone's Twitch bot. Gameplay starts with a potluck question worth 1 point. If the hot seat player answers correctly, they pick a colour by whispering a number from 2 to 7 to the bot. The new question will be worth that many points and be from the category indicated on the colour board. Categories are shuffled after each attempted colour. If the hot seat player answers incorrectly, they get a new potluck question worth 1 point. Play continues with the hot seat player picking a colour after each successful red until the timer runs out. Lobby players may attempt any question at any time, even after the question is no longer displayed on the screen. The current hot seat player may only attempt the current question. The rival hot seat players may answer along as though they are playing in the lobby game. At the end of the round, the hot seat player with the lowest score will be eliminated from the game. In the event the scores are tied, the hot seat player with the higher overall score takes priority. Good luck.
Category. Yeah, it's a fun thing to say. So, for the lobby game, it's pretty much exactly as it was. The difference being that the hot seat players are setting the pace of the game. You can answer any question at any time, no penalty for a wrong answer. The hot seat players, though, they pick the pace. So once you've got a red question right, hot seat players, whisper a number from 2 to 7 to pick a colour. Those categories will shuffle after each after each attempted colour, and you get to pot one after each. They'll shuffle around, but you might want to always go for 7. You might want to base it on the categories you think you're going to be stronger on. Bear in mind, some of them we've only got 10 questions on, so fingers crossed we don't run out. And the other 2 hot seat players who aren't the active players, so there's 3 rounds of Pocket Money, the ones who aren't active, just pretend you're in the lobby and answer along as though you're in the lobby, because the tiebreak for this round is the overall score, but the first metric for the hot seat players is the score that you get in the hot seat game. Hopefully that's all relatively straightforward. Clive, you're up first. Best of luck. 90 seconds on the clock, which will start when you next strike the cue ball, which will be in 3, 2, 1. Play. Old Maid and Rummy are both types of what? That's a good answer. Going for a black music question. What is the name of the backing band who performed with Elvis Costello? Miss Black. Back to Potluck. What P is the ordinary form of written or spoken language and is the opposite of... There we go. We're down. Go for a screen question. The 1969 film in which Dustin Hoffman says, I'm walking here, I'm walking here. There we go. There's the pink pot. Question number 5. Which punctuation mark consists of 2 dots, one above the other? That's a correct answer. Pick a colour. In literary history, which sex was the French novelist George Sand? There's the black gone. On a weather map, an isohet is a line connecting points of equal what? Misread. The 4 Gospels were written by Mark, Matthew, John, and whom? There's another red down. Pick another colour. Blue for screen. The cartoon character Mr. Magoo had trouble with which of the 5 senses, resulting in many mishaps? There's the blue gone. Question 10. In the paper, scissors, rock game, what wins over paper? 40 seconds. There's a red potted. Let's have question number 11. It's a pink question for the past. During which 20th century war did Germany produce the vengeance weapons known as Miss Pink, Back to Red, Bugs Bunny, Porky Pig and Daffy Duck, a cartoon character created by which production company? There's a red gone. Pick another colour. 20 seconds. In January 2002, which South American country announced the devaluation of its currency, the peso? Miss Black. Who wrote the play The House of Bernarda Alba? Miss Red. The Horseshoe Falls that form part of Niagara Falls are in which country? You've got time for a colour here if you're quick. His story will touch you even though he can't is the tagline of which movie starring Johnny Depp? Clive of Legend scores 25! Good game there, Clive. 25, a very good score. It is quick. I have to talk quick on this game. It's part of the fun, part of the charm. But very quick answering from 5, getting a total of 10 questions right, including 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reds, and a blue, and a pink, and a black. Let's go and take a look at the answers, as such as they were for those various questions. Old Maid and Rummy are both types of what? They're both card games. Card game is what we wanted there. Went for a black question. What is the name of the backing band? It was a music question. The Attractions. Elvis Costello and the Attractions is what we wanted. What P is the ordinary form of written or spoken language and the opposite of poetry? It's prose. I think you got that one. We then went on to a screen question for pink. Dustin Hoffman says, I'm walking here was Midnight Cowboy. Cowboy is what we wanted there, and you did get that pink. The punctuation mark with 2 dots, one above the other, is a colon. Oh, excuse me. In literary history, which sex was the French novelist George Sand? She was female. And you did indeed get that question on the past for the black. On a weather map, an ice ahead is a line connecting point of equal rainfall is what we wanted there. I think you may have missed that red and got another one thereafter. The 4 gospel writers, Mark, Matthew, John and Luke was the answer there. You did sink that one. Going for the blue, the cartoon character Mr. Magoo had trouble with his eyesight. Well done for 5 points. And in the paper, scissors, rock game, which wins over paper? It is, of course, scissors. Scissors cuts paper. Spock disproves something. During its 20th century war, did Germany produce? That was World War II, the Second World War. Bugs Bunny, Porky Pig and Daffy Duck are cartoon characters created by which production company? Warner Brothers is what we wanted there. In January 2002, which South American country announced the devaluation of its currency? That was Argentina. The Miss Black there, Argentina. Who wrote the play The House of Bernarda Alba? That was Federico Garcia Lorca. A bit of a trickier one there. The Horseshoe Falls that form part of Niagara Falls are in which country? They are in Canada. And the one that we didn't quite have time for, his story will touch you even though we can't, the tagline of which movie starring Johnny Depp? It is Edward Scissorhands. But a very respectable score there, Clive, 25. Shadowmane, you're going to be up next. Let's just take a peep into the lobby. Oh, it's all very tight around the 30s there. Oh, very tight. Very bracing. Tej on 3. Amy's got 5. Ali Law on 5. Popo's got some points. Well done, Popo. Up to 6. That sounded really patronising. Didn't mean it to. But we found the bot, which is good. Yes, Matt, I did say in Pocket Money you can keep answering previous questions. Drew Dave Tom also on 6. Hud's now on 10. Silent Marine, Apple Cars on 12. DC Simmons 13. Kira's on 14. Grafalo 15. Zaferis 16. Naked Grandma 16. Matt's on 18. Vitrudo's on 19. Tunatin and Sparrowcast on 20, Jay Turner 21, Shadowmane 23, Proogs 26, Jay White 29 along with Astor and AB Me, Connor's on 30, Riff Raccoon 31, Bill Kiasco 32, Clive Legend 35, Claire 36, Mr. Quizworthing 37, Car 38, Oni and Cola and it's Sotley and Big Man Aaron 39, Keshi on 40, Zeus and Innes on 42, Andrew Zeal on 44, Shapes and Lupine and Samster all on 45, Ohey 46, Jack and Hodders on 47 along with David, now cut that out in the lead with 60. Now we played this twice and Toot has taken the gold both times. Can anybody upset him from the top? We've got more rounds. We will find out. Right, yes, just to clarify, the lobby can keep answering questions that are no longer displayed. It's only the hot seat player who is bound to answer the question on the screen. Everyone else, you can answer any question at any time. Only the hot seat player can't. Shadowmane, you're into the hot seat. Fingers on your buzzers, if you please. The very best of luck. And your time will start in when you next strike the cue ball, which will be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. In which decade of the 20th century was the Space Invaders computer game invented? Miss Red, what is 15 minus 9? There's a red down. Pick a colour. Go for places. In which English county is Beaulieu Abbey? Miss Green, what is the medical name for the thigh bone? Miss Red, if you were born on Christmas Day 1981, in which year did you celebrate your 18th birthday? There's another red gone. Pick a colour. Under a minute to go. The Spanish Civil War took place in which decade? There's the pink gone for 6 points. What T is the term for a river that flows into another river rather than into a lake or sea? Miss Red, which word can mean a punctured tyre, a residence that is part of a house, or a piece of stage scenery? Miss Red, which word of Texan origin meaning a stray animal without a brand was the title of a TV series starring James Garner? Misread. Elephants are indigenous to Africa and which other continent? There's a red gone. Under 30 seconds now, pick a colour. Going for past. Who was the British monarch from 1760 to 1820? Miss Yellow. Who wrote the novel Tender is the Night? Miss Red. In poultry farming, which sex is a capon? 10 seconds. There's the red. Got time for a colour if you're quick. Going for black. Who was the child star of the films The Sixth Sense and AI Artificial Intelligence? Shadowmane scores 10. Oh, a bit of a tricky run of questions there, Shadowmane. Let's take a look at the answers. 10 points in all. Answers you could have had in which decade, or questions you had. Space Invaders invented in the 1970s is what we wanted there. 15 minus 9, I think you did give us a correct answer. It is indeed 6. And that put us onto a colour which I think we missed. We went for the places question. Which English county is Beaulieu Abbey? It's in Hampshire. Hampshire is what we needed. What is the medical name for the thigh bone? It is the femur. Femur is what we wanted. If you were born on Christmas Day 1981, in which year did you celebrate your 18th birthday? It would have been 1999. And we went to a pink question. The Spanish Civil War took place in which decade? It was the 1930s. Looks like you gave us a correct answer to that for 6 points. What T is the term for a river that flows into another river? It's a tributary. Tributary is what we're after. Which word can mean a punctured tyre, a residence that is part of a house, or a piece of stage scenery? It's a flat. It's a flat. I live in one of them. Which word of Texan origin meaning a stray animal without a brand was the title of the James Garner thing? It was Maverick is what we wanted there. Elephants are indigenous to Africa and which other continent? It is Asia, which I think you did give us an answer to, but we didn't have time to answer the past question. The British monarch. Oh, no, maybe we did. 1760 to 1820. We missed it. It was George III is what we wanted. Possibly you got condoned if you put George II there. Who wrote the novel Tender is the Night? It was F. Scott Fitzgerald is what we wanted. And in poultry farming, which sex is a capon? It is a male. And there was one more. The screen question. The child star of the film Sixth Sense and AI Artificial Intelligence was Hallie Joel Osment, which we didn't get round to. But you've got 10 points. It's points on the board. And it might be enough. Still got Vitrudel to play. Very quick sweep down this leaderboard here. Let's pop down to the other end. 5 and 6, 9 and 9, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18. Ali Law, Tej, Popo, Drew, Dave, Tom, Amy, Huds, Simon Marine, Apicars, Useless Noisemaker, and Grafalo, respectively. Let's go down a little more. 19, 20, 20, 25, 26, 26, 26, 29, 32, 33. For Naked Grandmas of Ferris, DC Simmons, Sparrow Castle, Tunit Improves, Matt the Ref, J. Toner, Vitrudel, and Shadowmane. I'm experimenting with different ways of reading out the leaderboard to see what's best. 33, 36, 36, 43, 43, 44, 45, 47, 48, and 53 for Connor, JY, ABME, Clive, Adster, Bilky, Itsotley, Riff-Raccoon, Claire, and Oni. And then 53, 53, 54, 55, 55, 57, 57, 57, 57, 58 for Car, Big Man Aaron, Oh Hey Lupine, Mr. Quiz, Zeus, We Like Shapes, David Bodicum, Andrew Zila, and Cola. A little bit of a change around at the top. Top 6 as they are. Innis on 59, Keshi on 61, Jack on 61, Samster 62, Hodder 63, 2 way out in front on 87. Can he be caught? We will find out. Vitrudel, you're the last round of Pocket Money. Very best of luck. Fingers on buzzers, and your time will start the next time you strike the cue ball, which will be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. What K is the word used to describe the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion? There's a red down. Let's go on. Pick a colour. Going for a people question. What is the first name of the English actress and comedienne who part owns the designer label French Antigue? If you don't know, you can pass it. Miss Brown. Which familiar beverage is made from the processed leaves of the Camellia sinensis plant? There's a red down. Pick a colour. Go for places. Blue. Which English city is located at the point where the River Wear enters the North Sea? No, it's Miss Blue. What type of reptile usually appears in a Punch and Judy show? Miss Red. Which country does the code ZA represent? 18 seconds. Miss Red, 10 seconds. Which word links a playful trick with an edible flower bud that is pickled and used as a condiment? Vitrudel scores 2. Tough run of questions there. Tough run of questions indeed. Can confirm colours. I'm just scrolling back up the chat because I haven't looked at it for about half an hour. Colours coming up. Yes, I changed the emotes so that they're hopefully coming up a little clearer for everybody, whether you've got BTTV or not. Yeah, I think that second way I did the scores there, J-Work, was probably not. Did you develop this tool for the game Maple Sinner? I developed the game, if that's what you meant. David J. Bodycom and Jack and Zeus all on 69. Very nice indeed. Let's take a look at the answers to those questions. What K is the word used to describe the energy possessed by a body? It is kinetic energy. We then went for a people question. The first name of the English actress and comedian who part owns the design, that was Dawn French. Which familiar beverage is made from the processed leaves of Camellia sinensis plant? It's tea, chamomile tea, I believe. Which English city is located at the point where the River Wear enters the North Sea? It's Sunderland. Sunderland, what we wanted there. What type of reptile usually appears in a Punch and Judy show? It's a crocodile. Which country does the code ZA represent? It's South Africa. South Africa, all the African countries are represented by Z, I think. Or maybe just South Africa. That was a caper, the last one. I was rabbiting on about ZA being South Africa. It does mean, Vitrudel, unfortunately, you do have to leave us at the end of this game, very sadly. But do continue playing in the lobby game, where you can still amass points and potentially pennies. And speaking of pennies, here. I have a bonus penny. Break 93 if you would like a bonus penny. Whisper it to the bot worth bonus pennies. They will add up. That's for new people, the pennies are the channel currency that we have here, because it's Persephone's chair, which is the name of the studio. And Persephone is the name of my cat who sits on the chair. Not this chair, the old chair, which has since gone to chair heaven. I've got a new one, and it is not. Actually, Ozzy sits on this one more, the other cat. But we call Persephone Penny for sure, and so it became a sensible sort of play on words for channel currency. And at the end of each season, they all go into a big raffle where prizes are drawn, where players are picked. They effectively become like raffle tickets at the end of the season, and you can win prizes. So whisper it to the bot and get a bonus penny. You also get pennies for sort of hanging around when I fancy giving them out, and for winning games. Right. Proof, since I can't really Eurovision and quiz at the same time. Well, why are you just claiming pennies? Let's just go through this leaderboard at the end of round 2. Ali Law on 5, Tej on 7, Popo on 10, Drew Dave Tom on 10, Silent Marine 17, Hud 17, Applecast 17, Kira on 18, Necker Grandma 20, Amy on 21. Let's go down a level. Zafarius on 22, DC's 23, Grafalo 24, Tunitin 28, Sparrow 28, Matt the Ref 29, Vitrudel 34, Jay Turner 34, Shadowmane 35, Connor 36, Proogs 39, Jay White 39, AVMe 39, then a bit of a gap. Clive on 50, Adster on 50, Claire 56, it's Sotley 57, Bill Kiasco 58, Rifcoon 60, Oni 60. Big Man Aaron 60, Ohey it's 61, We Like Shape 65, Car 66, Andrew Zeal 66, Innes 67, and then to the top 10, Hodders 67, Lupine 68, Mr. Quiz 68, Keshi 68, Zeus, Jack and David 69, very nice, Cola 70, Samsa 75, and 2 on an inverted nice with 96. Those are the scores at the end of round 2, but much still to be played for as we go to the final round. We lose Vitrudel from the hot seat, but please do keep playing in the lobby game. Let's go to round 3. The last round is called Make or Break. There's so much reading in that question that I need to vape. It's just how it is. So, Make or Break is the final round, and it's going to be Clive versus Shadowmane. This is a more traditional, conventional game of snooker, but in quiz form. So, Clive and Shadowmane, and the lobby game, because this round is a bit different for you, lobby. You can only answer in time with the players. You can't answer at any time. Only the active question in front of you is the one you can answer. For more information on how this round works, I'm going to hand over to my co-host, also Royal Flush.
Round 3 is called Make or Break. The 2 remaining hot seat players must earn as many points as possible before the table is cleared. Answers should be whispered to Persephone's Twitch bot. The player who scored highest in the previous round starts in control of the table. They'll be shown a potluck question worth 1 point. If they answer correctly within 10 seconds, they get to choose a colour to pot by whispering a number from 2 to 7 to the bot. If potted, this colour will be replaced. As before, categories are shuffled after each attempted colour. Play alternates between reds and colours until no reds remain on the table, after which the colours are cleared in the traditional snooker order. If the controlling player gets a question wrong at any point, control of the table passes to their opponent. If both players miss the same red or one of the final colours, that ball is removed from the table. Lobby players may only attempt the currently displayed question. The rival hot seat player may answer along as though they are playing in the lobby game. Play continues until the table has been cleared, with the highest scoring player being declared the winner. In the event of a tie, the black is respotted and replayed until somebody pops it. Good luck.
I will get you all back for all your Cockney puns. Pot Brown, no, knees up, pot the brown, I think was my favourite from David Bodycombe there. You'll make fun of my Cockney accent. I think it's quite charming. I could have done it in my Alan Rickman voice and we'd still be hearing the instructions to round one because it's so slow. Right, Clive and Shadowmane. Hopefully you all got that, and hopefully everyone in the lobby got that as well. Remember, lobby, you can only answer the question that is displayed 10 seconds to get your answer in, and then I condone what's going on here. I thought I'd fix the condone thing so I can overrule the computer, but I'm now slightly worried that it won't overrule your lobby score. That was the fringe case. Oh, I should stop the bonus, shouldn't I? There we go. 47 players have given a penny and 2 of them were new. Yeah, I need to definitely do that. Otherwise, it's going to cause drama. So yeah, I don't know if I condone an answer that the computer has flagged as wrong. I don't know if it overrides your score in the lobby. We'll find out. I thought I fixed it, but I'm now second-guessing myself. So, Clive, you're going to be starting in control of the table. It's going to be a potluck question. I can't remember if it starts if I press a button once. We'll find out. So, fingers on buzzers at the ready, everybody, for the first potluck question. Let's find out if it starts Clive immediately. No, it doesn't. So, get ready for a red question. 75 remaining on the table, Clive. And here is the first question. 10 seconds in the lobby to get in an answer to this. What P is the term for removing the stones from cherries and olives? In this case, it will only accept your first answer as well. Pitting is the answer. Pitting is what we needed. That's exactly what Clive said. There goes a red. Pick a colour for us, Clive, from the category board. It's a bit slower pace this round. Clive going for the black. He wants the maximum break, and he's going for a people question, which is the black question at the moment for 7 points. Have a look at this. In which modern-day country was the actress Mila Kunis born? It's Ukraine. Ukraine. Clive went for Austria. Not the right answer. I'm afraid that's Miss Black. And control of the table goes over to Shadowmane. Shadowmane and the lobby, get ready. Here comes a potluck question worth 1 point. And again, Shadowmane and Clive do continue to play even when it's not you in focus, as it were. So, Clive, you can keep answering even though it's Shadowmane's question. And likewise, Shadowmane, you can keep answering on Clive's. Probably should have mentioned that before. My bad. Here we go. Shadowmane, potluck question. Take a look at this. In Scotland, the coast-to-coast valley running from Inverness to Fort William is called the Great what? It's the Great Glen. I think only David J. Bodycombe got the correct answer in according to my logs there, so well done to David. Plains is not the right answer. We have to reject that. And control passes back to Clive. Clive, if you miss this red, the red is removed from the table. Get ready, have a look at this. In MLS, the Earthquakes play soccer in which city? It's San Jose, with or without the accent. San Francisco, I'm afraid, is not close enough, so I'm afraid I'm going to reject that. And we lose the red from the table. Shadowmane, coming back to you for another potluck question. Take a look at this. What G is a French word for a self-catering holiday cottage? It's a gîte. I've stayed in many in my time. Gâteau. A French gâteau. We'll go stay at a gâteau. And if we get peckish, we'll eat the walls. Not the right answer, I'm afraid, Shadowmane. We have to reject that. Passing it back to Clive. 59 remaining on the table. Clive is one ahead. Here's another potluck question. Which American city is served by Dulles Airport? Or Dulles, or Dulles? Washington, D.C. is what we're after. And what did Clive say? Clive said Dallas. Dallas is not the right answer. I'm afraid we have to reject that and remove the red from the table. It's red. And it comes back to Shadowmane. We're not getting many reds in, but Shadowmane may be on this one. Take a look at this. Homing, carrier, and feral are words used to describe types of which bird? A pigeon was the answer. A pigeon, indeed. And that's what Shadowmane said. There's a red down. Pick a colour for us, Shadowmane. Control of the table is with you. Which colour would you like? Going for a green question, a green screen question. How lovely. For 3 points, take a look at this. You don't get to 500 million friends without making a few enemies is the tagline of which movie? Is The Social Network. It is one of my favourite films. Facebook movie. It is a Facebook movie, but that's not what it's called, Shadowman. I'm not going to allow that, so that is going to be Miss Green. Coming back to Clive. 2 more reds on the table. Clive, can you pot one of them? It's even Stevens with 43 remaining potentially. Have a look at this. In the abbreviated name of the British Gallantry Medal, the GC, the letter C stands for what? It's Cross. I think it's the George Cross. And that's exactly what Clive said. The Cross is the right answer. There goes a red. 43 remaining, Clive. It says 0 ahead, but it'll update when you pick a colour. There we go. 1 ahead, 42 remaining. Another green screen question for 3 points. Take a look at this. Which film in the Star Trek franchise does a 4-word film review summarises back up your data? It's Star Trek Nemesis. It would have also accepted Nemesis on its own. No clue from Clive. That's Miss Green, I'm afraid. Control coming back to Shadowman. 1 red remaining on the table. Shadowman, take a look at this potluck question. Which Italian dessert is made using coffee-flavoured sponge filled with mascarpone and doused in marsala? Not like chicken tikka. That's a different sort of marsala. Tiramisu is the answer we wanted there. Did you say tiramisu? You certainly did. Tiramisu. Very well played. You've potted that red. So you've got to pick a colour before we go through the final colours. Which are you going for? Going for the pass this time. A brown question for 4 points on the pass. Take a look at this. Which city hosted the 1936 Summer Olympics? Was Berlin. Maybe not as hard as it maybe originally looked. Going for Helsinki, though, it's not the right answer. Yes, it was just before the Second World War, so it was quite a poignant thing. Helsinki's not the right answer. That's Miss Green. No, it's not. It's Miss Brown. And we come on to the final straight. We've got to clear up the table. Clive, it's going to be starting with places. 2 points each. 27 left on the table. Clive, take a look at this for 2. Mogadishu is the capital of which country? It is Somalia. Somalia. Did you know that, Clive? Close but no cigar. Going Kenya is not the right answer. That's Miss Yellow. It goes over to Shadowman for another places question. Have a look at this, Shadowman, to put you in the lead. In which Spanish city is the National Catalan Museum of Art? It's in Barcelona. Did you go for Barcelona? You certainly did. That is yellow down. Very well played. Puts you into the lead and moves you on to the green. A green screen question. Can we get this one? You're 2 ahead with 25 remaining. Take a look at this, Shadowman. Jay Davidson played an androgynous hairdresser called Dill in which 1992 film thriller? It's The Crying Game. The Crying Game. Did you get that? For Scream, got to guess as Eddie. Not the right answer, I'm afraid. It passes over to Clive. That's Miss Green. Clive working from behind. Got to get this green down or it will be removed from the table. Another screen question. Take a look at this. The Rain in Spain. Wouldn't it be lovely? And I Could Have Danced All Night are songs from which film musical? This is very much in your wheelhouse, Clive, but under the pressure of the game, can you get the answer? My Fair Lady is what we were after. My Fair Lady is what he said as well. Very good. That puts you back in front 5-4 and the green goes from the table onto the brown. 1 ahead, 22 remaining. A brown 4-point question on the pass. Clive, take a look at this. In World War II, the struggle for control of the sea route around Britain is known as the Battle of what? All the people, it's Atlantic. All the people saying the Bulge in the chat. That was a land-based battle. The Battle of the Shipping Forecast. That's even better, Clive. Not the right answer, though, I'm afraid. Control passes back over to Shadowman, and that's Miss Brown. Shadowman, pressure on to get this, or the brown will be removed from the table, and it will make it that much harder to catch up. Take a look at this. Of which South American country was Salvador Allende president until a military coup in 1973? It was Chile. Chile. Cuba, right start letter, wrong country, I'm afraid. We're going to lose the brown from the table. That is Miss Brown. Clive, onto the blue. It's a music question for 5 points. Take a look at this. I made it through the wilderness, somehow I made it through is the opening line from which 1984 Madonna song? Like a Virgin, touched for the very first time. And that is exactly what you said, Clive. You're going to stretch that advantage up. 10 plays 4 now. Get ready for the pink question. You're 6 ahead with 13 remaining. It does mean if you get this pink, Clive, you win the head-to-head and you get a space on the leaderboard and an extra bonus penny as well. But if you miss it, then it could go any which direction. It's pink question. It's on sports. Take a look at this. What place would an Olympic athlete have come if they were awarded a medal made mainly from copper, zinc and tin? They would have come third. Bronze is not the correct answer, but Clive did see through it, did get third. That is going to be a hot seat win for Clive. That's a pink down. One final question on people to salvage. 12 ahead, only 7 remaining. Shadowmane can't hope to catch up now, but can you get 23, Clive, on the leaderboard? Take a look at this. Which French-Canadian singer had a UK #1 single with My Heart Will Go On in 1998? Was Celine Dion. It was from Titanic. We started with the Titanic question and we've ended with a Titanic question. That's quite poetic. I like that. And Clive has got that one right as well. That is the black gone, and that means Clive is the winner. Very well done, Clive. Very well done, Clive. That is going to be Big Break Hot Seat. Clive of Legend. I have to do this twice for weird reasons, but I award that penny. That gives you your penny, Clive of Legend, the hot seat winner. And then if we go Big Break leaderboard for Clive of Legend and give your score, which is 23, this won't give you a penny, but it will add the score to the leaderboard because there's 2 different tables that needs to update, and so they're in 2 different JSONs, and so it's 2 different things. So very well done there, Clive. 23 points going on to the leaderboard of Big Break and an extra bonus penny for winning the hot seat. Shadowmane, commiserations, a valiant effort, but unfortunately just outmatched by Clive there. Now we come to the nuts and bolts of the lobby game, and let's check out these scores. And my, what interesting scores they make. Ali Law finishing on 5, T-John 11, The Popo on 12, Silent Marine 23, Drew Dave Tom 25, Huds on 30, Zephyris and Nick Grammar on 31, Kira and Applecast on 35, Sparrow Castle, DC Simmons, Connor all on 38, Tunatin on 39, Amy 42, Grafalo 44, J White 48, Vitrudel 49, Prugs 52, along with Matt the Ref, Shadowmane 53, Jay Turner and Adster 55, AB Me 63, Claire 74, Clive and Bilky, Clive our hot seat player, and Bilky on 84. Ohey 85, Riff Raccoon 89, along with Oni, It's Sotley on 90, Big Man Aaron 91, Andrew Zeal 92, Shapes 94, Car 95, David Bodycom 95. And then there's a different score. So those are our bottom however many players we had, and our top 10. Starting with Zeusless on 98, Keshi 99, Mr. Quizworthing 101, Innis 102, Lupine 103, Cola and Hodders 104, Jack Wilfred 111, and Nelson there, very nice. Samster in second with 126, but for the 3rd consecutive Big Break game in a row, the winner, and maybe it's a coincidence that these are using the Face-Off database, and Toot was also the undisputed champion of Face-Off Season 1 with 140. The winner is now cut that out. Very well played. Have a 3rd gold medal, Toot. Bidding War... No, it's not Bidding War. We're not playing Bidding War at the moment. We're playing Big Break. Big Break Gold for Now Cut That Out. Now cut that out. Big Break Gold. There you go. And, of course, a Big Break Silver for Samster. Samster. Award pennies. That's 2 pennies. So it's 3 for a gold, 2 for a silver, and a Big Break Bronze for Jack Wilfred on 111. Jack Wilfred. Big Break Bronze, a bronze medal, and a penny for you there, Jack Wilfred. Very well played. Now, the other thing I need to do is add these scores onto the overall sheet for the week. I've still got a couple of gaps in the escape artists, which I'll do with the VOD, but now cut that out. Now got a 9 and a 10. That's a solid start. Samster. That's Samster's 3rd ranking. That's going to be 9 points there. Jack Wilfred managing to get 8 points worth of ranking there. Hodders won Bidding War last night. Going to get 7, a joint 7 with Cola, both finishing on 104. So Hodders and look at Hodders and Cola, who are in the final of Bidding War last night and both on 104 in Big Break tonight. 7 points apiece for each of you, which means we don't have a 6 point. We go down to 5 for the Lupine one, getting 5 points there. Innis is going to get 4 points. Innis, who won the lobby game of Bidding War, getting 4 points here in Big Break. 3 points for Mr. Quiz Worthing, who is a new entry on the list of overall names. Mr. Quiz Worthing, 3 points in Big Break. Keshi Head, who is also not on the list yet, so let's add Keshi Head, getting themselves 2 points. And Zeusless, who got some good points in Bidding War, and 6 points from the Escape Artist, 1 point here in Big Break. There we go. So remember, it's the best 5 performances across the course of the week. So you don't have to be here for every single one to have the best chance. It's only your best 5 are going to take part. But if you can be here, just even if it's just to come and lurk, that would be enormously helpful. There's a few players I need to add in to the Escape Artist. A handful of players are going to get 5 points for that massive joint elimination that we had earlier on. But that is going to be it. It is 10 past 10. So that's actually for a Tuesday night. That's quite an early finish for me. But as it is Super Week, I don't mind the slightly earlier finish there. This is a sign of things to come for Face Off. Well, like I said, the top 4 scoring players will go into the final face-off on the Saturday to battle it out for the trophy, the Super Week trophy, which I'm very much looking forward to. Can I again apologise for the technical gremlins at the beginning with that question, Pat? Especially I want to apologise to Oni for the thing making a breakage in the pack. Oh, I paused notifications, and I need to unpause them because I've just seen a raid. Quizzy Dan has just come in with a raid. Let me unpause notifications and we'll get all of the sounds come through, and we'll say hello to all of Quizzy Dan's raiders. All 21 of you, welcome. Come on in. Thank you so much for the raid, Quizzy Dan. I'm afraid we're just about to finish. I would carry on and do another game, but I'm worried we're running out of questions, and it is quite a long week. But thank you so much for the raid, everybody. Welcome. And bloody hell, Matt the Ref gifting out a tier 1 sub there to Days of Inspiration. Welcome on in, Days of Inspiration. Enjoy a month of ad-free viewing, and thank you, Matt, for your generosity. And Bill Kiasco gifting out 4 subs there, 4 subs to add to Mr. Game Show, Jerry Eris, and Apple Cars. Thank you, Bill Kiasco, so much for your generosity, and welcome to you for a Eurovision raid indeed. Well, Quizzy Dan, I was thinking about raiding you because we're about to wrap up as well. Could we do something else? Is there something else that we could do? It is my regular stream night. It does make sense to go on a little bit. It's very tempting to do an impromptu Red Herrings pack. It really, 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 really is. Now I've seen Lupine do that because we haven't played Red Herrings for so long, and I'm hearing all the Red Herring alerts go off. We're playing Red Herrings on Saturday. Would anyone be up for a Red Herrings pack? Would you all stay here? Would you all stay here if we did a Red Herrings pack? It would have to be one that I haven't proved. That's the problem. You volunteer to write the gap pack. Could you write one in the next 30 seconds, David Bodycombe? Oh, Megs, do you mind if I do a Red Herrings game? Do you want to come and play Red Herrings?
I can iron.
Did you say you can iron?
I can iron.
You're ironing?
Ironing to do.
Oh, okay.
You can it's not exactly like I can say no, is it?
Red Herrings is quite short. We haven't played it for ages.
That's a pretty sizable potential going to be after Mrs. Flushless.
I know you wouldn't say that. It was just a courtesy. What I'm aware of is that and it's a horrible thing to talk about metrics all night, but obviously we're on Push for Partner Week. If we run Red Herrings and suddenly all the audience disappears,
David J. Bodycombe, Ben can come out to play, but he has to be home in time for dinner, and please no letting him climb up trees because he broke his leg last time.
Well, let me go and look in the database and see what we've got available. I know we have got lots of Red Herrings packs, but normally I like to get them proofed ahead of... Obviously, I like to get them proofed ahead of time. If I log into the right Google Drive...
I'll write it for you.
I can't just pick one. We've got J White's on Saturday, so obviously I can't have that one. Which one? Ben at Persephone's Chair is what we want. That went from funny to depressing. Sorry, Yellowtail. Not the intention. Let's have a look at the packs that we've got. In fact, I've got a new system. I can just open up the spreadsheet. Okay, we have got Red Herrings packs in from Toot, Mr. Quiz, Riff Raccoon, and Oni, as well as Jeg White's. Toots, I think, has got music attached to it, or pictures, one of the two, so that would be more complicated. Mr. Quizzes has been there I don't think Mr. Quiz has had a pack here, and he has submitted a couple. Or is that one of the ones for music as well? Riff Raccoons, I know, is a new member, but I don't think had anything with it. Let me go and have a little look. All of these are respectable... good writers who generally, when the proofing process happens, there's not a lot that needs to be said about it. Alex, I know we've already had a pack from tonight anyway.
I need you to.
Thanks,
I'm just sort of hovering here at the moment.
Mr. Quizzes has got a music round, and Toots. To be fair, Toots has been here for ages. Jay Watch has got a picture out. So Toots is in a zip file, though, which makes me think it has got something attached to it, which leaves Riff Raccoons, which I'm pretty sure Riff Raccoon is fairly au fait. Yeah, Mr. Quiz has got music in it, so that would be a lot to put in. Riff Raccoons is all text. Okay, spontaneous moment because of Raid, but you all have to promise to stay here because of push for partner. Red Herrings is a shortish game, 30-40 minutes. It's really good fun. It's more like Big Break than the Escape Artist. Escape Artist is all serious. Red Herrings is definitely much more chill. But you all have to stay here. You all have to stay here. And you all have to come play. Push for partner. Thank you for the Raid, Quizzy Dan. Do stick around. We are going to have an impromptu game of Red Herrings with Riff Raccoons pack. I will have a glance through it before I put it in.
Just in case no one got the message, you have to stay.
You have to stay.
You have to stay.
That's what, it's not me. It's not me. Anyway, I'm going to have a glance through it. To make sure. I know it's not been proofed. It could be carnage. I'm going to have a quick glance through it now and make sure it's all on point. I have faith in you, Riff Raccoon. I think I've got a good sense of character. I'm going to put my faith in you, but I will have a glance through it. In the meanwhile, enjoy the credits. I'll put some music on. I will be back in about 5 minutes, and we are going to play Red Herrings, spontaneous Red Herrings, in Game Night Super Week, because it is my regular stream night, and I'm only on for about an hour tomorrow with Cryptex, which I'll say more about in a little while. Do stick around for Red Herrings. Congratulations to Toot. Congratulations to Clive. I've added all the pennies that I needed to. You've been watching Big Break. Say goodnight, JV. This is Flush. You have to say goodnight, JV. Just say goodnight. I'll say it again. Say goodnight, JV.
Good night, JV.
And I'll see you all in just a couple of minutes. Don't go away. I'll be right back.
It's only a game, so put up a real good fight. I'm gonna be snookering you tonight. I'm famed for my aim, so you better believe I'm right. I'm gonna be snookering you tonight. Snookering you tonight. Big Break.
And like I said, do not go away, because right after the break, Riff Raccoon's debut Game Night Quiz Pack, a spontaneous game of Red Herrings. If you've not played it before, it is so much fun and chill and really enjoyable, and I think you'll all have a good time. And goodness me, that music is very loud. I'm going to turn it down a little bit so that you can hear the monologue over. I'm going to have a quick glance over the pack now. Stay right there, and I'll be back in just a few minutes' time.
We think this one will not only win every award hands down, but it's just going to win the hearts of people all over the country. Come on, I want you to meet a great new star.
Welcome back to Emergency Red Herrings. I'm wearing the wrong colour shirt. I should be wearing yellow for this one. My glasses are yellow. I had a quick glance at Riff Raccoon's pack, and it then occurred to me that Red Herrings is such a fun-loving game anyway, that it's and it's all multiple choice, which is awesome. And Herrings at the ready, always good to see. It's all multiple choice, so there's... relatively speaking, there's less that can go wrong with it. I'm trusting Riff Raccoon implicitly here, and there's a bit of a baptism of fire for Riff Raccoon. First question back in, but hasn't been fully proved. But I have absolute faith. But in the event that something does go slightly amiss, then we'll all be absolutely splendid and lovely to Riff Raccoon. We'll take it in good humour. I'm sure it won't, but in case it does, we'll take it in good humour. This is by popular demand. We're playing Red Herrings, and this is the only non-media pack I have got to hand. So, if you want to play Red Herrings, it's all done by whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot, as before. You need to type in the lobby code. I love this game. We haven't played it for so long, and we've got so many packs for it. This is the one we've probably got more packs for than any other. Treat it all in good fun. There are a couple of medals. It's not going to count towards the Super Week tally because we've got Red Herrings on Saturday, which is going to count towards that with questions from Jay White. But we'll look forward to that. Riff Raccoon is going to sit on the sidelines and heckle for this one. But if you want to come and play, punch in the code. MVYE. Come on in. And yes, we've got the double chat so that you can see all the answers at all times. That's the plan. That's the logic, anyway. I mean, I could put it to full screen, if you like. Oh, no, wait, don't go. Come back. When did we last play Red Herrings? It was weeks ago. Weeks and weeks ago. Ding.wave. Indeed. How many up to? 33 so far. Got room for a few more if you want to come in. Room for 49 players in this game, so do get a few more of you in if you like. I'll give it a few minutes. Normally I'll give till the end of the loop, which is about 2.5 minutes. So pop yourselves in if you want to come and play. Where's Quizzy Dan gone? He raided. Has he gone? Come and play the game, Quizzy Dan, if you're here. If you're still here. If you're not, then, that's fine too. But if Eurovision's finished and you're no longer watching Eurovision... There he is! Good man! You know it makes sense. So our new friend Riff Raccoon, who's only been with us for about 2 or 3 weeks, making a debut question pack here, so we're all going to be absolutely splendid about him. Tej! Yeah, Tej, where you at? Lasai! You love it, Quizzy Dad. Come on. Oh, cheers.
The game goes well.
Yeah, thank you, darling. Are you coming to play? You get a laptop and log in with...
I wasn't joking when I said I'm ironing.
Oh, yes, you actually are ironing.
Party hard.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Right, loop is coming to an end.
This hasn't even got booze in it.
Is that just water? Is it lemonade?
No, it's elderflower.
Elderflower? Oh, your grace. Such a bit shopping at Waitrose. Yeah, we haven't been shopping at Waitrose. We shop at Tesco's. Like
yeah,
Tesco's.
we're way too posh for you.
Ooh, elderflower. I've got a... Is this... it's either a Sauvignon or a Pinot. I'm not sure which.
Do you even care?
Right. 30 seconds to wheel up the lobby. Wait, no, come back. Nice, easy, fun game. Come and play. Come and play. Easy, fun game. Welcome, Caroline. I will try and remember you from that avatar. The blank avatar. Right, that is the end of the loop, so I'm going to lock it up. Last 10 seconds, last shout. If you want to come play, you'll have fun, I promise. 5, 4, 3. Welcome the guy. 2, 1. No, the guy, you are in. There you go. Oh, there's M. Clemson. Welcome, M. Clemson. Welcome to the game. Come on, the guy. Come back in. Come back in, and then I'll lock it up. There's Topper. Oh, my goodness me. There's Topper as well. And the guy. Wonderful. Graduate from little to M and S. Oh, my word. Well, I suppose that's what happens when you live in the city centre, isn't it? And Jay Turner joining us now as well. Well, I'm glad I didn't lock it when I did, because once it's locked, you can't get any more players in. Welcome to all the new people joining us here. I'm going to do another countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lock. Oh, almost perfect. Round 1 is called TLA. Welcome to you all the 36, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30, 10 of you. I suppose that's 40. Welcome to all 40 of you to Red Herrings we haven't played for a little while. This is Riff Raccoon's first question pack for game night, and we're all going to be absolutely marvellous about it. So, round one. It's very simple, this game. There are 16 answers around the outside of the screen. M. Clemson couldn't spot my avatar. Thought the whispers didn't work. Tried it again. Removed myself. Then was locked out of posting in the chat. Okay, you got back in. New French numbers. Absolutely, DC. Why not? There are 16 answers that are going to be posted around the... I've just got what that meant now. 16 answers posted around the outside of the game wall. There will be 12 questions. 12 of those 16 answers will be the answer to the question you will be shown. 4 of them will be red herrings and will never be the answers to the question. There's no penalty for hitting a red herring. They're just there to throw you off scent a little bit. So you'll get the question, and then you need to whisper the letter and only the letter to Persephone's Twitch bot A through P. It will only accept the first answer that you give, and it will, to make sure you whisper the letter, not the whole answer, because it won't process out only the letter. In the scoring of this round, yes, thank you, squeak. If you give me a correct answer, you get 1 point. Hooray! If you give me a wrong answer, you lose a point. Boo. Additionally, there are 3 bonus questions. These come at random points during the evening or during the round. There'll be 3 bonus questions, and these are worth a flat rate of 3 points if you get it right, but -3 if you get it wrong. So 3 bonus questions to keep an eye out for. They'll be announced by a fanfare before it happens. BONUSQUESTION! Exclamation mark. It really does that. So keep an eye out for them. +3, -3 for bonus questions, right and wrong, respectively, and +1 and -1. There's no penalty for abstention. But if you're paying attention, you will be able to eliminate answers as they go. As ever with this game, there is a little bit of a theme running through this round. So let's reveal the answers for round 1, which is TLA. UUT, WNW, SMS, ABC, SAS, NNW, XYY, MMA, CNN, SBS, UCL, MLB, NBA, NBC, YYZ, USS. Ohs indeed. Well, we'll have some fun with this. Only the top letter is what you need to type. Don't type the bottom 3. Riffagood did say he was sorry. Those are letters. They are indeed. Have fun with this. Once this game starts, once the round starts, I can't stop it. It's one of those ones. It just sort of self runs once the round has started. So good luck. Have fun. Round 1 is TLA. Here comes question number 1. OMG WTF barbecue. Here's question 1. Rush track named after a Toronto airport. Remember, no penalty for abstention. YYZ. I thought it was SAS. I had no idea there. YYZ was the answer. A few people with points on the board. Oh, here comes the first bonus question. I told you there was a fanfare. 3 points for right, -3 for wrong. Take a look at this. Military unit of Sir Ranulph Twistleton Wickham Fines. Oh, some -4. That one is SAS. E is what you needed for that one. On we go, never mind. Lots of questions to come. Here's question 3. Can precede Constitution, Missouri, Abraham Lincoln, and Enterprise. My wife is laughing at this all. Lots of green. We like to say USS is the answer. P is what you needed to type. On we go. Question number 4. Take a look at this. News network of Wolf Blitzer and Anderson Cooper. I will add at this point that the rounds will never start or end with a bonus question, and there will never be 2 consecutive bonus questions in a given round. Most of us got in that one. It's ICNN is what you needed for that. Well done if you got that. There's a little bonus at the end as well if you get them all right. Number 5, syndrome where a male has an extra chromosome. I could have played along with this myself, having not read the questions thoroughly. I don't know what that is. Oh, of course, XYY. G is what you needed for that one. Well done if you got that one. On we go, question 6. Oh, it's the second bonus question. Like I say, there won't be consecutive. 3 points for this. 292.5 degrees on a compass. Oh, the dolls! On a bonus question as well! Oh my god, so much dough! It's WNW West Northwest. That was brutal to come up on a bonus. Lots of -3s there. On we go, question 7. Sports League logo featuring silhouette based on Jerry West. That was M. NBA is what you needed there. Bit of a mix between green and red. This is a good balance, I think. Question 8. ... dash dash dash. No, sorry. ... dash dash ... SMS is what that is. Morse code. A nice little cryptic one for you there. C is what you needed. M. Clemson moves into the lead. On we go to the last bonus question of the round. +3 for right, -3 for wrong. Take a look at this. Form a chemical symbol of nihonium. 3 points if you can get this. You can abstain, but -3 if you're wrong. It's UUT. Absolutely no idea. Oh, thank you. Oh, hey. Ununtrium. There we go. Question 10. University Challenge runners-up in 2005 and 2013. UCL, apparently. K is what we wanted. Well done if you got that. University College London, I suppose that is. Question 11, the penultimate question. Sport that takes place in an octagon. I don't think anyone is on for a bonus, but if you were, there's a bonus 2 points at the end if you get them all right. H, MMA is what we want. Mixed martial arts, I believe. Final question. Murderer sought by Hercule Poirot. Question 12. ABC, the ABC murderer, apparently. And the red herrings there, NNW, SBS, MLB and NBC, and that is the end of round 1. Quincy Dan wasn't going to play, and here he is, sat in second place, joint second with Oh Hey. Sat right behind M. Clemson, though, who is leading with 17. Just one dropped answer for M. Clemson in that round. Very well played. If you do get 18, you get a bonus, but nobody did there. Innes is in a third place with 15. I think this is a game where Innes has got about 4,000 silver medals, but only ever 1 gold. So this has become a bit of a running gag. Innes is absolutely desperate for a second gold in this game. Not sure if he's gotten bronze before, though. But there we go. Some lovely comments. Strong round, incredible round. Yeah, really good start there, Rifraku. Thank you very much for your efforts. More to come, though. AB Me and I'm assuming DJR. I'm not sure if I know that avatar. And now cut that out. And Samster and Apodanueva all with 14. David and Clive both on 13. It's Sotley and Cola and Cara on 11. Zeus has got 10. Proogs and Cyclespace Bill Kiasco all on 9. Jack Wilfred, DC Simmons, Lupine are on 8. Jay Turner and Matt are on 7. Claire and Connor are on 6. Topper's on 5. Huds is on 4. Mr. Quiz is on 3, along with the guy. That's Sparrow. Sparrow something is on 1. I apologise, I've not got your full name. I know there's a Sparrow. Is it Sparrow Channel? Something like that on 1, along with Shapes. That was Caroline something, I think, with the avatar. I can't remember. I'm sorry. On 0, along with Silent Marine. Shadowmane's got -1, along with Swiftwolf. Applecast -2, Grafalo on -2, an avatar that I could probably identify at to if I press ID or players. Sparrow Castle, Caroline, and that's Tunatin on -5. Adster is on -6, and Kira on -7. But don't worry, there are still plenty more rounds to come. Those are the scores after round 1. Good moment for a bonus penny if you would like to get one. Whisper Herrings 39 to the bot to get yourself a bonus penny. So, yes, those are the scores at the end of round 1. You get your bonus penny, and I'm going to introduce round number 2. So I'm just having a vape. Round 2 is double letters score. Interesting to see what the answers are going to be when that comes up in just a moment. However, the scoring for this round is a little bit different. This is the freeze-out round, the timed freeze-out round. So, 15 seconds to get each answer in as before. If you get your answer in correctly in the first 5 seconds, you get 3 points. The next 5 seconds, you get 2 points. The last 5 seconds, you get 1 point. So there's a little bit of a reward for getting them in fast as well. However, if you give me a wrong answer, you don't lose points. So you can't lose any more points from this point on in the game, which is great. However, if you get one wrong, you not only don't get points, but you get frozen out of the next question, and you won't be able to answer the next question. And it's worth pointing out that you can get frozen out on a bonus question, and you can also get frozen out from a bonus question. You don't want to get frozen out from a bonus question because the bonus questions are not timed and are just worth a flat rate of 5 points. So big bonuses there, but if you get a bonus question wrong, likewise you can still get frozen out. There will never be 2 consecutive bonuses, and we'll never start or finish with a bonus, but there will be 3 secreted among the rounds as well. As before, 12 questions, 16 answers, 4 red herrings, no repeated answers. That's all you've got to really think about. Let's stop the bonus clock there. 42 players have been given a penny, and 2 new players as well. Welcome to the family. We will add you to the penny leaderboard at persephoneshare.com/pennies after the stream finishes. So that's the drill for round 2. If you manage to get all 12 questions correct, we will give you a little bonus at the end of 3 points, I think. We'll find out if anyone does it. Let's have a look at the answers for round 2. Double letters score. SS, AA, TT, WW, UU, GG, NN, CC, XX, IIDD, MM, BB, RR, PPLL. Noticing a trend here. Deviously evil. And I would urge you to pay extra attention and keep track of stuff. David Bodycup, FS. Absolutely. Well, get a question wrong, you freeze yourself out. Get it in quick, you get the most points. Bonus questions worth flat rate of 5, but you can be frozen out. You'll go orange if you're frozen out. Good luck, have fun. Round 2 is double letter score. Here is question number 1. 50 of these is easiest in Mario Kart. And a few wrong answers. CC. 50 CC is the answer. Quite a few players freezing themselves out. Remember, you don't have to play. No penalty for abstention. Question 2. As of 2018, the name of a company associated with weight loss. WW, Weight Watchers, I imagine. D is what we're after. Nobody frozen out of this next question. Everyone cleared. Question 3. NNXIX years ago. Everyone thinking about it. What? Lots of yay. A few dolls, though. It was the year 2 is what we were after there. A few freeze outs on that one. And sadly, it is the first bonus question. Bad luck for being frozen out of a bonus question. Flat rate of 5 if you get this one right, though. What you should type to the winner of this quiz. And there's one of mine and one of Huds's there that you can use. FGG was the answer, and Lupine's given us another one as well. 5 points if you got that one. On we go. Question 5. Found in porridge, currants, berries, curries, and Ferrero Rocher. Rocher. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5. A handful of people having a go. Most people playing cautious and just playing it safe here. Double R. That was a word-based question. That's very, very clever. N is what we wanted there. Well done if you spotted that. Nobody frozen out, though, of this bonus question. 5 points flat rate if you can give me a right answer to this. Number 6. Incredibly dangerous Isle of Man racing event. Any more for any more? It's the TT, the Isle of Man TT racing game festival thing. Well done. Only Shadowmane frozen out of this one. On we go, question 7. Initials of Riley King, as he was known professionally. On to the 2 pointers now. And into the 1 pointers. BB. Was it BB King? I think it was probably BB King. That would make the most sense, wouldn't it? A few more questions to go in this round. Number 8. Very quiet. In massive letters because auto size. Any musicians among you? Pleased to see that Claire has gotten this one, and Kira. Oh, PP, pianissimo is what we were after. Thank you. Yes, Mithers indeed. Pianissimo meaning very, very quiet. Number 9. Former German protection squad. Cola and Applecast frozen out of this question as all of the yays happen. Yay.wave. Very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. Welcome, Merlin. Lovely to have you. SSA, the SS is what we were after there. Okay, Shadowmane frozen out of this one. Not a bonus though. Beer drunk by the most interesting man in the world. Did this come up yesterday? Or on Saturday or something? This was a purge. I'm sure this was a purge question on Saturday. Maybe not. XX is what it was. The purge. Thank you, Zeus. It was the purge. XX is the answer we were after there. And Silent Marine and Applecast freezing themselves out of the last bonus question of this round. 5 points flat rate for this. And Old English spelling of the letter W. I have to say, it's absolutely fascinating watching the top of this at the moment. It's a real race. EUU was the answer. One more question in this round. Just Cyclespace and Shadowmane frozen out. Second highest level of play in minor league baseball. I did say the answer, Merlin. Touche. Might as well have a go at this one. You can't get frozen out again. It's the AA. B is the answer we were after there. And the red herrings in that round, NN, DD, MM, LL for GK, LMP respectively. That's the end of round 2. Again, a nicely balanced pack because everyone is back into positive figures, but nobody managed to get all of them right. I was expecting AA to be the car recovery company. A couple of things that could have been there, Huds, actually. That's not the only one. Apodo Nuevo now moves into the lead with 48. Ohei is second with 47. Clive is third with 46. Quizzy Dan is fourth with 45. And then Toot and Innis with 44. Could you have a closer top? That is the sign. If anyone was in doubt of, if anyone was in doubt of a sign of a good question pack, a tight top row like that, that's a good sign. So kudos again to Riff Raccoon right here. Please tell me round 3 isn't just single letters. What is the name of that emote, Riff Raccoon? Rack Attack. M. Clemson's got 41, AB Me 39, along with Lupine. I need to ID you. Is it DJ? Oh, that's MPL. That's your name. MPL Dart. I do know the name, but I didn't recognise the avatar. MPL Dart on 38. Card's got 37, along with David Bodicum. It's Sotley on 36. Matt's on 35. Samster 34. Cola 33. Topper 32. Zeus 31, along with Jack Wilfred and Prugs. Mr. Quiz on 30. Shapes is on 29. Claire 27. Jay Turner 26. Bilky 25, along with Huds and Connor. Cyclespace 24. Oh, goodness sake, so I'll have to press it twice. I hate doing it twice. Sparrow Castle, not Sparrow Channel. Sparrow Castle on 20. DC Simmons is on 18. The Guy is on 17. Carolyn on 15. That's the 13. Griffalo 12. Yellowtail's on 12 as well. Shadowmane on 10. Applecast on 9. Silent Marine 9. Kira's on 5. And on 4 was Tunatin. Sorry. Avatar. I get acquainted with avatars, apart from Brand New Halo, who has a purple avatar. I tend to remember that one. Standard score here, but round 3 has an explanation, possibly after answer revealed, not sure. That is a very good point for raising there. I will go and look at the raw data and see and make a decision. That's the escape artist. We don't want that. What do we want? Riff Raccoon. That's what we want. Riff Raccoon, not Bidding War. We've still got all the other sheets here. Come on, load the tabs for me. Let's go and have a look. I've given you a bonus penny, haven't I? I shouldn't give out another one, really. That would be decadent. Let me have a look at the explanation for round 3. The only one I'm looking at there is that one. No, that's lovely. That's lovely, Riff Raccoon. This requires no explanation whatsoever. We're going to move right on You didn't put the explanation in the sheet, but I'm getting a bit of an idea from what the information I have got there. And I like this an awful lot. Let's go on to round number 3. A scary chuckle. I'm frightened. Round 3 sounds okay to me. In this round, this is the accumulator round. So the first question you get right will get 1 point. The next question you get right 2. The next one you right gets 3. If you abstain, you don't break your accumulator. You don't get any points, obviously, if you don't answer, but it doesn't break the accumulator. If you give me a wrong answer, it resets your accumulator and sends you back down to 1 for the next question. A bit like sort of the risky business thing. It's probably where the idea for risky business came from in that final round. So you might as well have a go at the first question. You might as well have a go at the last question because there's no penalty. You don't get frozen out. You can't lose points. You'll go purple if you are on an accumulator, blue if you are resetting from 1. In this round, there are only 9 questions and 12 options. There are still 3 red herrings hidden among those 12 options. There are no bonuses in this round. However, if you do get all 9 questions rather correct, then we will give you a bonus 5 points at the end of the round. We've not seen that happen yet tonight, but it could be about to change. Round 3 sounds okay to me. Here are your options. A, Y, B, D, C, Q, D, T, E, B, F, J, G, U, H, C, I, G, J, A, K, I, L, P. Now, I'm very pleased to see that Cyclespace is in this round because the first time we had a round like this, it was Cyclespace who wrote, I'm pretty sure it was Cyclespace who wrote it. It's a really devious thing to do and a wonderful thing. Tolly, this is a war crime. None of the matches either. None of the matches. The first time we saw a round like this, I'm pretty sure it was Cyclespace who did it. It was in an early pack. I'm going to stress this. You need to say the top letter. Saying all the letters out loud. Welcome to the community. Yeah, quite. Welcome in, Anydo people. Lovely to have you here. I hope you're having fun. You need to say the top letter, not the bottom letter. So, sounds okay to me. Bit of a clue in that title if you can get there. Good luck. Have fun. Here is question number 1. It says coincidence. Could be. Area of a bishop's ecclesiastical jurisdiction. It's the C. H is what you needed there. Purple if you're on an accumulator, blue if you're not. Another word for a lineup. It's a Q, of course it's a Q. CQ is what you needed. CQD, or QC if you want to be a judge. Number 3, the cause or reason for which something is done. Yellowtail, did you press the wrong button? It's AY, not C, Q. We just had C. AY is what you wanted there, the Y. A member of the Fabergé family. Fabergé family? Fabergé, thank you, darling. A member of the Fabergé family. Is it Fabergé? Sorry, Yellowtail. I can only apologise. It's P, LP, like an old record. Incidentally, the letter combinations are random. Yes! That's the best question I've ever seen! Yes! That's insane! It's I-K-I. That is high contender for best question I've ever seen on Game Night. Well played. Number 6, second person pronoun. This time it's not Edinburgh. No, that wasn't an error that time. Second person pronoun. Pronoun. That's you. G-U. Oh, Zeus went for Spanish. Bad luck. A member of the Apidae family is number 7. Oh, hey, breaking a streak there. Was in the lead, streak broken. Quizzy Dan will be very happy to steal that first place. It's E-B. B is what we wanted there. Or E is what you needed to type. B was the answer to the question. On we go, number 8. Regular shows Mordecai, who has a raccoon friend. This is going to be standard protocol, Riff. There's going to be a raccoon question in every pack. few players at the top preserving their streak. Claire now taking the lead. FJ is what we wanted there. One final question. There's only 4 options left to choose from if you've been keeping track. Number 9. Examples of this include black, yellow, white, green, and herbal. It's DT. That was the one I was worried about, but fortunately C had come up as the first question. The red herrings were B, D, I, G, and J, A. That is the end of round 3. Wow, look at this. The first all 100% perfect bonus score goes to Claire. 5 points for getting 9 out of 9 on round 3. 5 extra points, giving her an 11-point advantage. Only fucked my first streak. GG's to Claire, but there is one more round to come. Claire on 77, Quizzy Dan on 66, Carr and 2 on 65, Apoda Nuevo and Ohey and Lupine all on 60, M. Clemson and Shapes on 57, Samster and Clive are on 55. Oh, that's lovely. Samster and Clive, 55. That is a bingo call. Samster and Clive, 55. A meme was born, along with yes. This was a good idea, running this. Topper and Innes and Connor all on 53. Jack Wilford's on 52. Zeus is on 51. AB Me and It's Sotley 49. NPL Dart on 46, Davis on 45, Prugs on 44, Cola 43, Matt 42. Again, can I point out how close these scores are? Sign of a good question pack. Griffalo on 40, Mr. Quiz on 37, along with Cycle Space, Bilky on 36. Sparrow, why can't I remember the second word beginning with C? Sparrow Castle, there we go, on 35. DC on 33, along with Jay Turner. Hud's on 32, The Guy 21, adds to 20. Carolyn on 18. Silent Marine 15, Applecast 14, along with Tunitin, Yellowtail 13, Kira on 12, along with Shadowmane. I got all the names without having to press the button. Hurrah! Okay, so we've had 3 rounds. There have been lots of letters. We've had 3 letters. We've had 2 letters. Just Sparrow. We'll go with Sparrow then, Sparrow Castle. Sparrow is good. We've had 3. We've had 2. We've had 1. The last round is all blank cards. No, I'm kidding. Let's go to the final round. Can I get an F in the chat? And please do oblige me. Can I get an F in the chat? While I get an F in the chat, I'm going to go get another drink. We've run out of cold white wine, so I'm just going to grab a cider. I pop that there. Thank you, darling. How are you? You all right? How's the ironing?
Look, behold my mountain of laundry.
All the laundry. There's my phone. I've been wondering where that was. Right, just got to get another cider from the fridge. We're out of red wine. I can't be asked to make a Southern Comfort.
Your phone has been freshly pressed, dear.
My phone has been ironed and freshly pressed. Thank you. Very good of you. So, can I get an F in the chat? This is the round that is slightly different from all the others insofar as you have to type 6 answers. It's kind of like the Monkhouse Minute, except it's 90 seconds. So, there will be some criteria given to you at the top, and you need to tell me the answers, and again it will be the top letter, not the bottom letter, of the 6 things that fit this criteria. You submit your answers in the following form, for example, A, B, C, D, E, F, a bit like I've just done there. No commas, no spaces, no punctuation, and exactly 6 characters with no repeats. If you repeat a character, it will not process it and it will say 0. If you... No spaces, Jay White, no spaces. But F is... Yeah, I feel that. I feel that sentiment. If you repeat a character, it will not process it. If you don't put exactly 6 characters, it will not process it. So don't put any commas. Just 6 letters from A to P. If you get them right, you get 50 points. If you're the first player to do it. The next player to get all 6 gets 45. The next player gets 40. The next one gets 35. And so on down the chain until either we run out of time after 90 seconds or 10 players have gotten the answer and there are no points left to give. If you don't give me the 6 correct answers, you will be frozen out for 5 seconds and the bot will ping you telling you how many you got right. You'll go orange and it will say how many you got right. So if you got 5 out of 6, the bot will ping you and your avatar will say 5 and the bot will ping you saying 5 right, try again. You can't get points until you get all 6. Oh god, no hex codes. That would be cruel and niche. No. I think this is more of a memory game. Have fun with this. Final round, can I get an F in the chat? 90 seconds to win the game. Good luck, have fun. Here are the options and the criteria. FVKAXZWEYOUHQSBJ. Precisely 6 letters have not appeared in any answers, including red herrings so far. Find those 6 unused letters. Think back to what the answers were. Go through them one at a time, maybe. Was that an answer? Was that an... Clive is up to 5 already. That's a good start. Clive's still on 5 here. Applecar's now also on 5. Car's now found 5. Bilky's found 5. We could get some winners. Very often this game goes by with no winners. We're down to 45 seconds at this point. Clive's still stuck on 5. Lots of people on 5. Is anyone going to find all 6? I feel it must be close. Car on 5. Grafalo 4, Yellowtail 4. Bilky, the first to find all 6. Bilky gets 50 points. Is that going to make a difference to the score? Claire is looking very nervous now. Could we have a winner out of nowhere? Samster finds all 6. Clive finds all 6. 35 points to the next person to do it. You've got 15 seconds. Here comes the end of the sting. Anyone else going to find all 6? Can anyone do it? It's Otley's now up to 5. Car is still up to 5. Kira's up to 4. Jack Wilfred's up to... RCA. Apodo Nuevo has found all 6, getting 35 at the clutch answer at the last second. And that is time. AB Me getting to 5 at the end, but not all of them. Let's look at the final scores. Oh, look at this! Look at this. There is a tie in second place. Apodo and Clive tying on 95. Bilky with that clutch answer, the 50 points taking up to 86. And Claire is going to be so upset. We're getting the hearts of the amazing in the chat, but Claire pipped at the post, taken off the top spot. That's 77. But Samster, once again, ascending to the top, but my goodness gracious me, that was close, and that was a very, very well fought final battle there. So in third place and bronze medal, it will be Bilky Asko. You will get a bonus penny. Joint silver medal, and I will give out 2 silver medals. I'm not going to do tie breaks. There's joint silver medal, 2 pennies each to Apodo Nuevo and Clive of Legend. But our winner on the emergency red herrings pack with a score of 100 by just 5 points, which is a tight finish in this game. Your winner with 100 points exactly. A beautiful end to a beautiful game. It's Samster Samster. I mean, can I just get, before I go back to the winners, can I get a massive... huge round of applause for Riff Raccoon on their debut pack in the chat. What an amazing fun pack that was. And not proved, I think, just beautiful. I don't think I spotted any factual errors in there at all. Absolutely first-rate stuff. Good. And Riff was worried. Riff was worried it wasn't going to go down well, and I think that's gone down an absolute treat. So massive, massive congratulations. Thank you so much. And I'm going to give your author bonus first, Riff Raccoon. I'm going to make sure I spell your name right. Riff, it's 2 C's and 2 O's. Riff Raccoon, author bonus, have 3 pennies. Very well deserved. A beautiful pack and so much fun there. Now, let's go. Red Herrings Gold to Samster. Samster, another 3 pennies to our friend Samster. A Red Herrings Gold right there. I've put the avatars off now. It was Clive and Apodo Nuevo was second, and then Bilky was third. So Clive of Legend, that is going to be a Red Herrings Silver for you. Red Herrings Silver for Clive of Legend award pennies. And of course for Apodo Nuevo, Apodo N. Now I'm going to at you just to make sure I spell it right. I can't remember if it's E. I think it's UE rather than. Yes, it's UE rather than EU. Apodo Nuevo. Apodo, focus on the right window. Apodo Nuevo, Red Herring Silver. There you go. So that's 2 silvers that have gone out. And Bilky Asko as well. Bilky Asko, Red Herrings Bronze. Possibly a first time appearance on that Red Herrings leaderboard for you, Bilky Asko. Again, I'm just going to ask at you. Bilkyasko. Bilkyasko. Red Herring. No, not Risky Business Bronze. Oh, God, I hope I don't just accidentally give out a Risky Business Silver. Red Herrings Bronze. Bilky Asko award pennies. I'm going to have to go and check that in a bit. If I've not accidentally awarded the wrong medal, I'll have to go and do some manual tweaks to the JSON if so. Well, what a splendid night, a splendid second evening of Super Week. It is my regular stream night, so I suppose it's appropriate to go on to the regular time. But I have just had a blast. A beautiful first question pack there from Riff Raccoon. Massive thanks and huge well done to you in the chat. Huge congratulations as well to Samster on getting another gold medal in Red Herrings. Innes, you'll have to wait for that second gold medal until another time. Can I just say a massive word of thanks to everybody who has supported, whether you've been here and lurking and you've just had me on in the background while watching Eurovision. I know there was stiff competition tonight, and so that it was massive thanks that you've just left me on, even if you're not able to be here. To all our new friends, to Huds, who I've just spotted, did do a shout out in his server, brought some people here. I hope you had fun. Thank you so much for coming to join us, and I hope you had a good time, and I hope you'll come back. I hope you'll come back in this hashtag Push for Partner, which is going on all this week and possibly going on into future weeks moving forward. Thank you as well to Oni for the question pack written for The Escape Artist, and congratulations to Lupine on winning The Escape Artist all that time ago, about 2 hours ago now, as it's 11 o'clock. Thank you, Topper. Yeah, I'm just really appreciative. You've done the lurk and really helping in this Push for Partner drive. The Push for Partner continues all this week, starting tomorrow with Cryptex at 7. We are going to have questions from Dogfish. Now, it's at 7 o'clock. It's an earlier time, not at 8 o'clock, because our very good friend Ash the Bash is going to be streaming at 8 o'clock. It's the start of his season 7 tomorrow. He's not told me what he's doing, which is he's unusually coy for Ash. He's normally he's normally quite upfront about what he's doing, but he's going to be on at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be here with Cryptex at 7. We will be raiding straight into Ash. Cryptex will be starting about 15:15. The game is about half an hour. I'll make sure I'll have a chat with Ash. Hopefully he'll be live by about 7:45, so we can raid straight into him and then have whatever quizzy goodness he has got on offer. Other things happening Thursday, weird times on Thursday. I'm going to be here at 3 for happy hour. That's with Danger Zone 2, questions written by We Like Shapes, and then a late night stream on Thursday as well with The Purge, questions written by Now Cut That Out. So a 3 and a 10 on Thursday. Friday is The Pyramid, again at 7, again raiding into Ash afterwards, questions from Clive. And then the finale to Super Week on the regular stream time of Saturday at 8. More Red Herrings with questions from Samster. Red Herrings questions from Jay White, Risky Business from Samster, but the other way around. We'll start with Risky Business, and then our 4 finalists go into the face-off final to earn that trophy. That is what is going on this week. There is so much stuff. In the meanwhile, you can always go and catch our friend Quizzy Dan. I don't think he's got bingo this week, but I know he's doing stuff tomorrow at 8. And also he's got Eurovision stuff going on all this week as well. Again, Thursday at 8. That doesn't have a conflict with me, so you could go watch Quizzy Dan, do his Eurovision stuff. I think it's Thursday, and then come and join me at 10 for The Purge. Ash, Wednesday and Friday at 8, and then me every day. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. for Cryptex. In the meanwhile, we are going to go and raid... Emmy is doing Inside. I love that game. We haven't raided Emmy for a while, so we are going to go and raid Emmy. And the raid message is going to be super weak. It's super weaky. With or without a space, as you prefer. Thank you all so much for coming to join me for tonight. I have been Royal Flush. You have been watching Game Night Super Week. Congrats to Samster. Again, thanks to Riff Raccoon. Thanks to all our new friends. Thank you to DC Simmons for that gifted sub to Quizzy Dan. Now, 29 subs, that's ridiculously generous. Thank you so much for the support, DC Simmons. Good game to you all. Until tomorrow for Cryptex, for a stream that will probably be over and done with inside an hour. Make sure you're there. There may not even be a warm-up game. I may just go in at 7 and we'll finish at 7:45. I hope you can join me for that. Until then, do take care of each other. Be splendid. Be safe. Super Week, Emmy USB with the raid. I'll see you over there. Say Super Week. Let's share the love. Until next time, peace out. Take care. And good night.
I appreciate it.